ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome back to all the devotees to our third session. So yesterday and day for yesterday, we have been discussing about the divisions and subdivisions of the mandala. We have seen how okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. So we have seen how Prevrat Maharaj had divided the one Bhumandala into seven Dvipas by creating seven oceans through his chariot wheel. And then eventually we saw what are the subdivisions in this respect to seven Dvipas. Especially we have seen elaborately about Jambudvipa. Within Jambudvipa there are 9 mountains which divide the Jambudvipa into 9 Varshas. One among them is Ilavarta Varsha and another one is Bharata Varsha. We have seen Bharata Varsha is known as Karma Bhumi, 8 Varshas are known as Bhaumasvarga. What kind of appliances are there? What kind of atmosphere is there? What kind of lifestyle is there? And also we have seen Bharata Varsha, and especially within Bharata Varsha we have 9 divisions: Indra, Kaseru, Tamravarna, etc. Among them one is Bharatakanda or Sudarshan Dvipa, Kaumarika Dvipa, Navadvipa, etc. And that Bharatakanda is our earth globe. That's how we have seen the connection. And then the remaining Dvipas, they have 7 mountains as a result of the 7 Varshas and 7 rivers, etc. The last one has only 1 mountain which divides the entire Dvipa into 2 Varshas. So this is where we stopped last week, and that particular mountain is considered to be the orbit of sun. Just above that orbit, just above that mountain, we have the orbit of sun. Sun will be revolving around Bhumandala, being located somewhere near to this mountain. So that is where we stopped yesterday class. And today we will continue the remaining part of the Bhumandala. In the very first class we have seen that our universe is a spherical in shape. The lower half is filled with water, and just above the water we have a lotus leaf, then there is stem, then there is flower. The lotus leaf is Bhumandala, and the lotus leaf is as big as the universe. So Bhagavatam 3rd canto gives us the information about what is the internal diameter of the universe. So here is, this is the picture. So this is the internal diameter of the universe, which is 500 million yojanas. From here to here, it is 500 million yojanas. And the lotus leaf is also of that big. But however, till now, we have seen the 7 Dvipas and 7 oceans, which are occupying a distance of 25.35 million yojanas in radius. That means from the middle, here to here 25, and like this circular fashion. That much only is occupied by the 7 Dvipas and 7 oceans. But in total we have a radius of 250. Out of 250, we have only seen about 25. Still 225 is remaining, and 225 this side is remaining. That much Bhumandala is still remaining. That we will see. What is that remaining part of the Bhumandala? What are the divisions within that area? Who are staying, etc., etc. So, Srimad Bhagavatam says, just outside of sweet drinking water ocean, the last one is sweet drinking water ocean, surrounding that, there is a special land, appears to be like a gold. That's why that land became known as Swarna Bhumi or Kanchana Bhumi. A tract of land situated beyond the ocean of sweet water, and its width is equal to the radius of Manasuttar mountain. The width of this Swarna Bhumi is 15.75 million yojanas. So the outer radius of this Swarna Bhumi becomes 41.1. Sweet drinking water 25.35 plus 15.7 41.1. Just for information, even though if you don't remember these numbers, it's fine. It is a land of gold with mirror-like surface. Any object dropped there cannot be seen again. As a result of this, people does not feel like to stay there. So they kind of abandon it, but devatas come sometimes for sporting purpose. So just to understand what it means, so you people must have seen some old movies or some dramas wherein there was a conversation happening in the heaven. Indra, Narada Muni are discussing. So what is the kind of visuals you see, whether in the movie or in the drama, when this particular scene is going on in the heavenly planets? Kindly remember, what kind of things you can observe in the dais? Huh? Transparent? Behind? No, not exactly. Something more. Something more. Simple thing. Either they are shown as if they are traveling in the clouds, or when the heavenly scene is shown, up till their thighs, it is all smoke. You can't see their feet. In any heavenly scene, you never see their feet. Up till here, or at least up till knees, there is always smoke. You don't know what is there underneath. So that is a kind of heavenly structure. In the heavenly places, you can't see the surface. Same way, here also, you can't see the underground. The ground plane you can't see. There is always certain area, like smoky kind of arrangement. Any object dropped there is not visible. So you are always in anxiety, whether it is plain land or there is a well or there is a ditch or water or whatever, we don't know. That's why people don't stay here in this place. And this entire thing is like golden in color. Like winter season, sometimes there is a heavy fog. As a result of that, we get to see a lot of accidents happening. People can't see little far. So in that way. So that is the kind of arrangement is there in this Swarna Bhumi. Then beyond this Swarna Bhumi, there is a mountain known as Loka mountain. Loka Aloka mountain. This mountain divides the countries that are full of sunlight and that are without sunlight. Loka Varsha means it is a land portion where there is sunlight. Aloka Varsha means it is a land portion where there will be no sunlight. And here is a mountain which divides the land with sunlight and land without sunlight. It is a mountain between Loka Varsha and Aloka Varsha. That's why it is called as Loka mountain or Loka Parvata. So like that. And interesting thing, the width of this mountain is the outer radius of this mountain is 1/4 of the universe's diameter. The total diameter of the universe is 500. 1/4 of that is 125. So it starts at 41 and it ends at 123. Very close to 125, little less than 125. Thoda sa. So now, this mountain is created by Supreme Lord. It is a circular mountain. It extends up to the end of the Swargaloka. All of you must have seen in your travels, when you come to any village, at the entry of the village there is an overhead tank. Circular tank is there always. So this mountain is also like circular tank. Inside the tank we have 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans surrounded by Swarna Bhumi also. And also this is called Bhuloka. In addition to that we also have Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. This is like this type of mountain, and the surface is Bhuloka. Here to here is Bhuvarloka, here to here is Swargaloka. All three are inside this circular structure only. And inside this circular structure only there is sun. As a result of that, the inside area will have sunlight. Outside, they don't have sunlight.
Universe diameter is 4 billion.
500 million yojanas. I don't use the miles. Miles I don't use. I'm using only yojanas. You multiply it 8. Huh? Here you see. Bhagavatam says the outer radius of this mountain is 1/4 of the universe's diameter. 125. It is approximately supposed to be 125. But Sri Vishnu Chuttar says that it is not exactly 125, but it is 123.3 because it is always twice to the everything you take, either it is one time or two times. The 7th vipas also twice to the previous one. So whatever is the radius of the inner area, the width is twice to the inner area. So 41 is inside, 82 is outside. And this outside will be, Aloka Varsha will be 123. It will be 3 times to the first one. So like that. So some ratio they being followed always. 41, 82, 123. Loka Varsha is 41, Loka mountain 82, Aloka Varsha is 123. So that's how he gives all the numbers. I'll show you a picture, then you will understand. Then he says, the rays of the sun, the rays of the other planets up to Dhruvaloka, and the rays of the stars, they spread throughout the 3 worlds, Bhuloka, Bhurloka and Svargaloka, but they cannot go beyond that. Other part of the Loka mountain, there will be no sunlight, no moonlight, no light of the stars, no light of the planets. That is completely dark. That's why it is called Aloka Varsha. Loka means Lokayate iti Loka. Jahan pa aap dekh sakte, that is called Loka Varsha. For you to see, you need to have light. That means sunlight should be there. So in that way. Then, on top of this Loka mountain, there are 4 elephants. One in the east, west, north, south. Their names are Rishabha, Pushkara, Chuda, Vamana, Aparajita. They are all placed by Lord Brahma, so that the Bhumandala can be supported nicely. And one of the expansions of Supreme Lord also stays there. Yesterday we discussed Kshirodakshaya Vishnu resides in Dhruvaloka. This is Lord Hari. He resides above Loka mountain. For what purpose? For the welfare of the entire universe. Sakala Loka Swastaya. How long he will stay there? Till the end of the Kalpa. For what purpose? To protect the worldly affairs created by his own Yogamaya potency. He is also taking care of the maintenance of the entire universe, and according to his own ability he is supporting. So in that way. Then, after Loka mountain we have Aloka Varsha, where there is no sunlight, but it is also a portion, but sunlight is not there. It is a tract of land situated outside Loka mountain. It is fully dark because there is no sunlight. Hence, it is not fit for inhabitants. Even Swarnabhumi is not fit for inhabitants. No one permanently stays. But Devatas come for sporting purpose sometimes. But this Aloka Varsha, even Devatas do not come. This is not fit for the inhabitants. The breadth of this area is the radius of the far edge of Loka mountain. Whatever is the outer radius of the Loka mountain, that is the breadth of this entire Aloka Varsha. So Loka Varsha is about 41.1, Loka mountain 82.2, the outer radius of Loka mountain is 123.3, that much is the width of Aloka Varsha. So like that, our Acharyas have explained. So then, the outer radius of the entire Bhumandala consisting of Loka Varsha, Loka mountain and Aloka Varsha is 246.6 million yojanas. That is the overall outer radius of the Bhumandala. But the inner radius of the universe is 250. There is a empty space of 3.4 million yojanas. Basically, this is the universal shell. In that, your Bhumandala is up to this. So there is an empty space here. Small space is there. That is about 3.4 million yojanas. All around, circular way. So then somebody may say, oh, why you are talking about this empty space and all? What is the use of all these things? So Acharyas say, because of this empty space, Lord Shesha has to hold up the Bhumandala. See, here is the Bhumandala. This is just above the Garbhodaka ocean. And there is an empty space of 3.4 million yojanas, all directions. If no one is holding this, the Bhumandala can submerge into Garbhodaka ocean very easily. So this should not go into Garbhodaka ocean, so that in order to protect this, Lord Shesha is holding the entire Bhumandala on his hoods. And he himself is floating in the Garbhodaka ocean. Actually, he is not floating, he is taking the support of Kurma. Kurma is floating, upon Kurma Shesha is there, upon Shesha Bhumandala is there. But Bhumandala is so vast, so wide. Shesha is holding from the middle. So there is a possibility of this one tilting like this, tilting like this, like this, like this, so that it can tilt and slide and enter into water. So it should not tilt, it should be balanced properly. That's why the Brahma established 4 elephants. One here, one here, one here, one here. The 4 elephants are balancing the entire Bhumandala from the top, and Bhumandala held by Shesha from the below, so it remains stable without moving here and there and without entering into Garbhodaka ocean. That was the whole thing. But still, in spite of Kurma and Shesha holding the Bhumandala, within the current day of Brahma, 2 times the Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean. First time during Swayambhuva Manvantara period, second time during Chakshusha Manvantara period. First time Brahma divided the lotus into 14 divisions, then he is busy creating living entities so that they can reside in various places. While Brahma was creating so many living entities, the Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean without being noticed by Brahma. Finally, when Brahma creates Swayambhuva Manu approaches, please tell me what I am supposed to do. How can I serve you? He said, please go to Bhuloka, become the king of the people on the Bhuloka and take care of them and worship Lord Vishnu by sacrifice. So Manu goes, he can't find the Bhumandala. He comes back and tells his father, my dear father, I am supposed to go to Bhumandala, but Bhumandala is not seen anywhere. Then Brahma goes into trance, understands that it is entered into Garbhodaka ocean. Then Brahma meditates. As a result of that, a small insect comes out of his nostril, thumb size, Angushta Matram, becomes bigger. From Satyaloka, jumps into Garbhodaka ocean and sniffing, he finds out the Bhumandala and brings it up and keeps it in its own position. But the sages of Janaloka, Tapaloka and Satyaloka were praying, my dear Lord, you are also doing same thing. Brahma cut it and kept it there. It fell down into Garbhodaka ocean. You are also keeping it there. Again it will fall down. Do something so that it will not fall down. The same Varaha transformed into Kurma. Varaha transformed into Kurma. Kurma himself is floating in the Garbhodaka ocean and he kept the Bhumandala on his back. What was the verse from Dashavatara Sutra? Second verse. Any singers? Srila Jayadeva Goswami's Dashavatara Sutra, verse number 2. Kshitiriha vipulatare tishtati tava purushte, dharani dharana kina chakra gariste, keshavadrita kurma sharira, jai jagadisha hare. This verse talks about this pastime of Lord Kurma. But in the translation you see, the translation talks about Samudramanthan pastime. But in this verse, in the Sanskrit text, there is no mention of Samudramanthan. Kshitiriha vipulatare prishtati tava prushte. Prishta means backside. Dharani dharana kina chakra gariste. You are holding that dharani, which is in the form of a Sudarshan chakra. Keshavadrita kurma sharira jai jagadisha hare. Bas itna hi hai. Baad mein dekho shloka or translation. So then in Chakshusha Manvantara what happens? One day a nice king, a devotee king, went to a river, Krutamala river, in order to perform morning अर्घ्य. सूर्यदेव को अर्घ्य अर्पण करने के लिए गया था. पानी उठाया, अंजलि के अंदर छोटा मछली. So eventually that chota machli became big, mahabig. So it became the huge. Then king understood, my dear Lord, what is the purpose in coming like this? Lord said, 7 days from now, there is going to be a big pralaya. As a result of that, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patal, Ityadi will be completely destroyed. In order to protect you and Saptarushis and few other people, I'll send a boat. Please aboard and utilize Vasuki as the rope, and I'll come back and tie to me, I'll save you. So Lord saved King Satyavrata. But as a result of the heavy rains, the Bhumandala again entered into Garbhodaka ocean. So that time, like some of us are in power nap now, just after Mahaprasad, maybe around 11 o'clock only. Brahmaji was in slight power nap. So accept taking Brahma's nap as a excuse, Lord created Utpat. So as soon as Brahma got up, thoda niche dekha, 10 lokas are empty. Of course, 2 lokas are completely empty, 8 lokas are not visible only. Bhuloka, Atala Vitala are not visible only, they are gone. They are gone deep into the ocean. So Brahma again had to create. First time to create only, it took 4 Chaturyugas. For Brahma to fill all the 14 lokas, it takes 4 Chaturyugas time. Not 1 day, 2 day. It is mentioned in Sruddhanta. It takes almost 3.95 Chaturyugas. Not 1 day, 2 day. Exactly. That much time it takes for the creation. अभी उतना टाइम वापस करना है तो बहुत मुश्किल है. So, but he saw that वहाँ Daksha is performing tapasya. Daksha, who left his body after attaining the goat head, appeared as the son of 10 Prachetas. When Prachetas told him to become king, he said, no, I am not becoming king. I want to become Prajapati. He went to perform tapasya. So he was performing tapasya from Swayambhu Manu till Chakshusha Manu, till the middle of Chakshusha Manu. Almost 5 Manvantaras he was performing tapasya. Now Brahma went to him, he told, whatever energy potency I have, I'll give you everything to you. I'll make you the best of Prajapatis. Populate all the 10 lokas. It is your responsibility to populate. Then Daksha began to populate. Nothing is happening. Then went to Vindhya mountain. Performed tapasya. Lord Vishnu appeared. Arranged his marriage. He married. In order to populate fast, he begot 10,000 Haryashvas. They were sent to Gurukul. Narada Muni said, you fit to go to forest only, no need to go back to city. So Daksha became angry. Then he begot another 1,000 sons. They came to forest. Again Gurukul. Narada Muni told, who are you? Shavalasvas. We are the younger brothers of Haryashvas. So in Sanskrit they are called as Agraj and Anuj. Then Narada Muni asked, what is the duty of Anuj? What is the meaning of Anuj? Anuj means those who follow in the footsteps of Agraj. Then follow. So they also went. Daksha became angry and cursed Narada Muni. But Brahma came and told, no, don't beget sons, beget daughters. So this time Daksha begot 60 daughters. And they were given marriage to Yamaraj 10, 27 moon god. Yesterday we were discussing, na? Kashyapa 17. 10 Yamaraj, 27 moon god, 13 nahi, 17 Kashyapa, 2 Krashashva, 2 Bhuta, 2 Angira, total 60. Okay? Through them, all the living entities were born. By the way, Aditi, one of the 17 wives, gave birth to 12 Adityas. One among them is Aryama. Aryama also married, begot children. Aryama's children were human beings. When human beings were born, there is no place for the human beings to stay because Bhumandala is down into the water. Submerged ho gaye. So Aryama went to Kashyapa. Kashyapa went to Brahma. Told, Brahma ji, मनुष्य तो तैयार हो गया है, उनका रहने का जगह नहीं. So Brahma ji again prayed to Lord Varaha. Lord Varaha again appeared and he began to lift Bhumandala. That was the same time Diti gave birth to Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyaksha also, after defeating Indra, he was looking for a opponent to fight with. Then Narada Muni directed him to Lord Varaha. There was huge fight between Hiranyaksha and Varaha. Then eventually, in order to fight with Hiranyaksha, Lord Varaha expands himself as Kurma. And the Kurma is floating in the water, and he kept the Bhumandala on Kurma, and he fought with Hiranyaksha and killed him and disappeared. So like this. This is how these pastimes happen. So once in a while, so Bhumandala goes into Garbhodaka ocean and Lord appears as Varaha and lives. At least 2 times happened in this day of Brahma. So then, beyond this free space, we have 7 universal layer made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, ahankara, mahatattva. And beyond that mahatattva layer, there is the 8th layer known as pradhana, pradhana or prakriti. So beyond that, there comes brahmajyoti. So tata parastad yogeshwara gatim vishuddham udaharanti. Brahmajyoti is the destination of the jnanis and jnana yogis and ashtanga yogis. That is where they attain after liberation. That is where they remain and continue to meditate upon the absolute truth in the form of Brahman. So like that. This is how the horizontal structure of the universe has been indicated. So this is the beginning of the universal shell. These are the 3 divisions of the Bhumandala. The first part is 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans, surrounded by Savarnabhumi, surrounded by Lokaloka mountain, surrounded by Aloka Varsha, surrounded by free space, and then 7 universal shells. This is like when you see from the top, and when you see from the side, it appears like this. Here is pole star, Dhruvaloka. 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans, golden land, Lokaloka mountain, Aloka Varsha, and here is our Lokaloka mountain. It is a circular mountain. It is like this. Starting with Bhumandala, going all the way up to Dhruvaloka. Dhruvaloka is the topmost point of Sargaloka. It is like circular mountain. Inside this mountain only we have the Navagrahas, the 27 constellations, 12 zodiac signs, and all the stars that we see in the night time. Everything is within this mountain. There is nothing above this mountain, nothing outside this mountain. Everything that we see in the night time is all in this mountain. So like that. Inside the mountain, in this white portion, see, they are above pole star. See, this is Bhumandala. And up till the green portion, this is all Bhumandala. Bhumandala means the land of the Bhumandala where people can inhabit. And from here to here, Bhuvarloka. From here to here, Sargaloka. In the circular thing only, here Bhumandala is there at the bottom plane. This portion is Bhuvarloka and this portion is Sargaloka. So Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, 3 of them are inside this circular mountain, the boundary mountain. Mountain ke inside hai. Mountain is like the outside boundary wall. You have been to Srirangam? Outside Prahari Goda is there, na? How big it is? Like that. This is also like Prahari wall. It's circular. So the same thing. I told, na? Lord Varaha lifted the entire Bhumandala. These are the references in the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam. 3, 13, 40. Damshragya Kotya Bhagavam Trayadrita Virajate Bhudara Bhusabhudara. This is one verse. So traditionally, any Varaha temple you go, they always show Lord Varaha lifting Bhudevi. For Lord Varaha, Bhudevi is not material, but Bhudevi is his own concert. He lifts her as if his own concert fell into water. But unfortunately, nowadays when people make deities, they keep a globe on the tusks of Lord Varaha. This is actually wrong representation. This is not supposed to be like this. This is the correct representation. For Lord Varaha, he does not see it as a globe. He sees only her, the Bhumandala, as his own concert. That's why he takes so much risk to lift her up. Trayimayam Rupam Idam Chashokaram Bhumandale Nata Data Dhritinate. Bhumandalena. He was lifting the entire Bhumandala. So we are supposed to represent like this. He was lifting the entire Bhumandala, not the Bhartakanda, earth globe. That is wrong. So like this, all the different pictures. So when Matsya informed King Satyavrata, that is also referring in this shloka, he says that Saptamehi Adyatanat Urdvam Ahani Eta Darindama Nimangshati Apye Ambodau Trilokyam Bhur Bhuvadikam. 3 lokas, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, all 3 will be destroyed by the waters of inundation. So like that he indicates. So then the 7 universal layers, each layer is 10 times thicker than the previous layer. like that is being indicated. So the universe's diameter is 5000. The width of first layer is 500. This is 500 and this is also 500. The second layer is 5000. Third layer will be 50,000, 500,000, like that, like that. Every layer is becoming more and more in size. Then beyond these 7 layers, there is Prakriti layer. Beyond Prakriti layer, there is Brahma Jyoti. That Brahma Jyoti is the destination of the Jnanis and Yogis. It is situated beyond the jurisdiction of 3 more. It is completely pure. Lord Krishna and Arjuna travelled to this place to see Mahavishnu to rescue the sons of Dwaraka Brahmana, which is explained in 10th canto, 89th chapter. Couple of verses from that chapter. This is text number 47, text number 51, which says, Sapta Deepam Sa Sindhum Sa Cha Sapta Sapta Girinata. 7 Deepas surrounded by 7 oceans. Within the 7 Deepas, every Deepa has 7 mountains. What we discussed till now. Everything is there. Loka Lokam. After 7 Deepas, 7 oshas, then there is Loka Loka. Tatatitya Vishvesha Su Mahattama. After Loka Loka mountain, there is Su Mahattama, complete darkness. This refers to the Aloka Varsha as well as the 7 universal layers. All the layers are also completely dark only. So that when the horses could not go further, Lord released this. So that chakra created a tunnel in the Loka Loka mountain, Aloka Varsha and all the universal layers. So the chariot passed through all these places. Then what? Dvarena Chakranupatena Tathama. So whatever path or tunnel created by the Sudarsha Chakra, they went. Param Param Jyotir Ananta Param. After crossing through all these Loka Loka mountain, Aloka Varsha and 7 universal layers, they entered into Param Jyoti. Then Samshnuvan Prasanuksha Falguna Pratadikshato Pitade Akshni Ube. Basically, that is where they saw the Supreme Lord. Of course, in this particular Brahma Jyoti, Arjuna was not able to see anything. It was like intensely brightness. Arjuna had to close down his eyes, but eventually they came to Mahavishnu. They entered the Kadal ocean. While passing through Brahma Jyoti, they also came to Kadal ocean. In that Kadal ocean, ornamented with huge waves, agitated by a strong wind, and saw a wondrous abode, Adbhutam Bhavanam, called Mahakala. Tatradbhutam Vai Bhavanam Dhyumattamam Brajan Mani Stamba Sahasra Shobhitam. So fully brightened abode of Mahavishnu. They came and they saw Mahavishnu. They interacted with Mahavishnu and they brought back the children of the Brahmana. So like that. So in that context, Sri Vishnu Thakur quotes Mrityunjaya Tantra. He says, Satyaloka, beyond that Vaikunta, in the free space, beyond that there is Rudraloka, within the Ahankara layer, beyond that there is Mahavishnu Loka, within the Mahatattva layer, beyond that there is Mahadevi Loka, within the Prakriti layer, beyond that there is Brahman, beyond that there is Kadal ocean, and beyond that there is Mahakala or Mahavaikuntha Natha, Mahakalapuram, and the Kadal ocean. That is where Mahavishnu resides. Here also there is one more Mahavishnu, but this Mahavishnu is Lord of Mahatattva. And this Mahavishnu is the original Mahavishnu, whom we worship today as Ranganath Swami. Karanadaksha Vishnu. That we will discuss a couple of, anyway you asked. There is one Vishnu, Kshodaksha Vishnu residing in Dhruvaloka. There is one more Vishnu, Lord Hari, staying on the top of Loka Loka mountain. There is a third Vishnu who stays in a Vaikunta, which is located above Satyaloka. There is Satyaloka and there is universal beginning. In the middle area, there is one Vaikunta. That is where Lord Vishnu stays. Who is this Vishnu? He is the Manvantara Avatara for every Manvantara. For every Manvantara, there is one Manvantara Avatara. That Manvantara Avatara resides in this Vaikuntha, which is located just above Satyaloka. Where Durvasa Muni went, 4 Kumaras went to have darshan. So like that. Which Brahmaji had darshan, when Brahmaji performed tapasya, he also had darshan of Vaikuntha. That Vaikuntha is situated just above Satyaloka. After giving darshan to Brahma, it remains there only. Shvetadvipa is in Dhruva. That is for Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. This is above Satyaloka. This is for Manvantara Avatara. Currently, who is the Manvantara Avatara for the 7th Manu period? Who is the Manvantara Avatara for the 7th Manu period? He is Leela Avatara, Baba. Lord Vamana. So, Lord Vamana, in his Chaturbhuja form, he stays there in this Vaikuntha now. Currently, he is staying there. Okay? Ahankara. Within the Ahankara Loka, it is not Shambhu Tattva. In the Ahankara layer, for every layer there is a representative. Na? For the Ahankara layer there is Rudra. For the Prakriti Mahatattva layer there is Mahavishnu. For the Prakriti layer there is Devi. And then comes Brahmajyoti. I mean, we can't say Loka, but it is their element. The deity presiding over that element is said to be staying there. Whether it is a Loka, whether people also stay there, I am not sure. But it seems that they are also there. But ultimately, Sadashiva stays in Brahmajyoti. Sadashiva with Durga Devi, both of them stay in the Brahmajyoti, very close to Mahavishnu. He is expansion of Vishnu. Shiva Tattva. Sadashiva expands the 11 Rudras and enters into each and every universe to help in various activities. The 11 Rudras are expansion of Sadashiva only. There is only one Sadashiva, but in every universe we have 11 Rudras. So in that way.
Whose wife is Sati and this Parvati, which stories are very prominent?
Wait. Whose wife Shodho? Prakriti is there, na? Prakriti is basically Durga Devi. She is the wife of Sadashiva. When Sadashiva appears as 11 Rudras, Durga appears as Uma, Ila, Sati, Bhargavi, Bhavani, like that. Now it is 11:25. You have to wait till 12:25 or 1:30. 1:30 I will tell you. Today we will discuss about him also. That time I will tell you. Okay?
When we are saying that Burma is there on top, Shesha is there, Burma is there. The lotus is supposed to come from an Adi of Mahavishnu, who is laying down.
Not Mahavishnu. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Who is taking rest under the water.
Inside the water, yes.
On the top of lotus only these two are staying. Lotus there.
No. Brahma cuts into pieces. After Brahma cuts into pieces, there is no more lotus now. Now it is only 14 lokas. Which is inside the stem.
Like all the 14 lokas are inside the stem.
Okay, chod do. What was the subject today? What was the subject today? हाँ जो कोई भी सब्जी ना का नाम बोलो ना, जो भी सुबह प्रसाद लिया आपने. सब्जी. हाँ. Okay, sack nahi. There is one bopla sabji also in the Mahaprasad. Okay. In the market, how do you get the bopla? Like this, itna bulky wala. Huh? Now, when they are serving, they say bopla sabji. But where is the bopla? What happened to bopla? Huh? Huh? Now it has become small pieces. Now it is no more bopla, but we still call it as bopla. Same way, the lotus appeared from the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Brahmaji cut into 14 pieces. He made into 14 lokas and many sub-lokas. Now what do you see is only pieces. You can't see the lotus now. There is no more lotus now. Inside the stem nothing is there. From the stem, now only what you have small pieces. Bopla sabji kaya na subhe? Nahi kaya. That is the problem. Evening you eat sabji. What do you get from the market is like a full-fledged this thing. Just like the lotus flower appeared from the navel. After when it is being cut into pieces, now you only see the pieces. That means now you only see the 14 lokas. You can't see the lotus now. They may be arranged like a lotus, but there is not a lotus per se. Patta is Bhumandala. Below that nothing is there. उसको कट किया ना? गर्भोदक नीचे, ऊंचे नीचे. He is holding it. He himself is floating in the water, and the Bhumandala is above him. So like this. Kurma and Shesha, both of them are helping each other to hold the Bhumandala. So this is the universe. The lower half is filled with Garbhodaka ocean. This entire thing is Bhumandala. This is the Loka mountain. So these are some few other pictures of the entire universe and Bhumandala. This is the Bhumandala. The different divisions, all the dvipas and oceans, etc., etc. So like this we discussed till now. 7 dvipas, 7 oceans, surrounded by Swarnabhumi, surrounded by Loka mountain, surrounded by Aloka Varsha, surrounded by free space, surrounded by 7 or 8 universal layers, surrounded by Brahmajyoti, like that. So these are all the few things that are mentioned till now. So one by one. So this is 7th Dvipa, in the middle Manasutra mountain. On top of this mountain, 4 sides, there are 4 townships of 4 devatas. And this particular mountain is acted as the orbit for the sun. Then sweet drinking water, Swarnabhumi, Loka mountain, Aloka Varsha, universal shell. So like this is the whole Bhumandala we have been discussing till now. Small video.
The greater earthly planetary system extends out to the edges of the universe and has a diameter of 4 billion miles. Known as Bhumandala, shaped like a lotus flower, it has 7 concentric islands and oceans with Mount Meru as its pericarp. The 7 oceans respectively contain salt water, sugarcane juice, liquor, clarified butter, milk, emulsified yogurt, and sweet drinking water. Sometimes Vedic cosmology is misconstrued as portraying the earth to be a flat disk. This flat earth misconception arises partly due to our inability to understand Vedic nomenclature. A single object may be referred to by several names, and a single name may refer to several objects. For example, the term Earth may be used to describe at least 6 different aspects of cosmology. The Earth we live on is indeed a globe as explained by the Sanskrit word parimandale, meaning spherical, used in the Mahabharata text. The flat disk refers to the greater earthly planetary system of Bhumandala. 4 elephants of inestimable size are placed at the 4 directions for balancing the greater earth.
So like that. So in summary, what we discussed till now from the last 2.5 days is all about Bhumandala. When the entire Bhumandala is drawn to the scale, the thick line is the beginning of the universal shell, the thin line is the end of the Bhumandala, in between is free space. This is the Aloka Varsha, this is Loka mountain, this is Swarnabhumi, this is the outer boundary of the 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans. When this particular thing is magnified, you can see here 7th ocean, 7th Dvipa, 6th ocean, 6th Dvipa, 5th ocean, 5th Dvipa. Like that when you go up inside, the small circle when you enlarge, second ocean, 2nd Dvipa, 1st ocean, 1st Dvipa. The white circle is there, na? That is Jambu Dvipa. So like that. These are the 7 mountains. That white circle when you magnify further, that is Jambu Dvipa. In Jambu Dvipa we have 9 mountains, 9 Varshas. The intermediate one is Ilavrta Varsha. This is Bharata Varsha. And within Bharata Varsha there are 9 Dvipas. The 9th Dvipa is Bharatakanda. So this is where we are located. And we are talking about that big Bhumandala. Okay, now you can ask questions. Use the microphone if possible, so that everyone can listen and speak loudly. अभी प्रसाद लिया ना, प्रसाद डाइजेस्ट होना चाहिए.
episode is very well known in which the Bhumi Devi is disturbed because of the weight has increased because of the military power.
That is Lord Krishna's pastime.
Lord Krishna's
That is
pastime.
a recent thing.
Recent thing only. So in that, like the Bhu Devi is nothing but the representation of this Bhumandala.
No,
which is
the
the wife
deity
of,
of the entire Bhumandala. The presiding deity of the entire Bhumandala.
which is wife of Lord Varahadev only.
Yes.
So she was, but the disturbance only was this small portion of Bharat Khanda. Yeah, the last Bharatvarsha. And she was.
Because the Bharatvarsha is special, na? Yesterday we discussed the glories of Bharatvarsha. Rest of the Bhumandala is all known as Bhauma Swarga. Bharatvarsha is meant for. It is Karmabhumi. It is meant for. If that is not allowed, then the purpose is troubled, na? The purpose of one taking birth in Bharatvarsha is to go back onto God. If the kings are not allowing that, then what is the point? That's why Bhudevi is concerned. Yes, mic. Please take the mic. There is second mic also. Please keep passing in between.
Today you said you'll answer that question of shadows. That how
That's what. I mean, we will discuss.
Okay, after this. Okay.
This part I was supposed to cover yesterday only. So we covered. Now we are discussing. That's why probably told na. I think at 1:30 I'll tell. So in the meantime I will tell your answer also. Quick. So while one person is speaking, other person try to get the mic.
Prabhuji, that Swarga Bhumi is there. So what is the use of that
Swarna Bhumi.
Swarna Bhumi? Yeah. Because nobody is staying there.
That is a playground for devatas. कुछ तो playground
Because
चाहिए
so
ना.
much space is being used, no? 21 point.
But in that case, Aloka Varsha is much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Lots desire. That's all. You want to keep some empty space for sporting purposes. Dark, completely dark. Yes, Prabhu. Go ahead. You pass the mic to the last.
Prabhuji, beyond sweet water, there is this golden land.
Golden land, yes.
But in this verse 35, there is a land in which there are many living beings beyond the ocean water. What is this land?
No, Srila Prabhupada translates BBT has to correct that. That entire area until golden land is supposed to be called as Loka Varsha. The whole thing is Loka Varsha. That is where the people can inhabit. Loka Varsha is the place which is suitable for the people to inhabit. But even within that Loka Varsha, Sarnabhumi is not so much appropriate for people to reside. Heavenly people can reside, but they don't stay for long. They come, make tent and then play for a few days and then go back. It's like a resort. Not a permanent residence.
Correction is needed in this translation.
Correction also needed there. Yes, Puj.
We are discussing about Bhudevi.
Loud. Pura kamna chahiye.
We are discussing about Bhudevi, that Bhumata. So is he, and we generally call Bharat Mata. So it's the same or different or something imaginary?
No. Different. Bharat Mata is like coined recently. Our people have coined. Bhudevi. From Shastra point of view, there is only description of Bhudevi. There is no description of Bharat Mata in any of the Shastras. At least as far as I remember. I don't know. Ramayana, Mahabharata does not talk about Bharat Mata.
No.
Of course, Bhagavatam anyway does not talk, but Ramayana, Mahabharata does not talk.
So it's a Bhudevi only.
It is our local people kind as per patriotism.
Okay.
Yes,
प्रभु जी ये दक्ष के 60 बेटी थी ना, दक्ष की 60
थोड़ा माइक सामने रखिए।
तो उसमें वो बुक में डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है, आपने जो 17 बोला ना, 13 + 4, तो उसमें जो 4 है ना, उसमें का जो सेकंड है वो शिव को दिया है और बाकी का 3 का नाम अलग दिया है। वो
नहीं, सेकंड शिव को नहीं दिया। पहले बार जब दक्षा पैदा हुआ था स्वयंभू मनवंतर में, उस समय उनका 16 बेटी था। 16 बेटी में 16वें बेटी सबसे छोटा बच्ची वो सती था, वो भगवान शिव को दिया था। सेकंड टाइम शिव को दिया नहीं।
वो मालूम नहीं, जो बुक में दिया है उसमें जो सुनिए
शिव नहीं, वो
तो उसमें जो पहला 13 दिया है कश्यप को, और जो सॉरी कश्यप नहीं क्या
13 कश्यप, उसके बाद 4 भी है, वो भी सतकश्यप के लिए दिया था।
नहीं, उसमें जो दिया है ना, उसमें जो 4 वाले का है ना, 4 वाले का नाम अलग अलग दिया। मैं कल आपको बुक में दिखाऊंगा।
वो कुछ मिस्टेक होगा, बट शिव को नहीं दिया, वो भी कश्यप को दिया था। उनका बेटा कोई तो होगा, बट वो सब कश्यप को दिया था। मेरे पास है, उनका नाम वगैरह है, मैं पढ़ सकता हूँ। हाँ प्रभु जी, आप प्रश्न पूछो।
Actually, that Goloka child Visa, 6 or 8 elephant will be there. You told 4, so
8 elephants. They are there. Will come. There are 8 elephants also there, but they are in a different place. They are down below the Bhumandala. They are not above. Above Bhumandala, there are 4 elephants, and below Bhumandala there are few more. There are 8 elephants. They are appeared from Samudra Manthan pastime. This is Daksha Karses Narada. I think Sankalpa, Kama, Vasu. So these are 8 daughters. So the 4 daughters were, 4 wives were Vinata, Kadru, Patangi, Yamini. These are 4. In addition to them, 13 daughters were married. They are known as, the 13 daughters were Aditi, Diti, Danu, Kashta, Arishta, Surasa, Ila, Muni, Krodashva, Tamra, Surabhi, Sharma and Timi. So, उसमें शिवा कोई नहीं, और कुछ गलती हो गया होगा, करेक्शन कर लीजिए, आपको पेन से करेक्शन कर लीजिए. Yes.
जी ये एक नई चीज बताती थी, जो प्रचेतास के पुत्र थे दक्ष प्रजापति, and you told that he started performing austerity from Sambhu Manvantara until Chakshusha Manvantara.
Yes.
But who became the king? Prachetas only had one son, which we hear that seems to be continuous story.
Yes.
That Pracheta, after Pracheta they got this Dasha. Seems to be a continuous story.
Yes.
But here the 5 Manvantaras
आप
gap.
पहला क्लास में था, पहला दिन में आया था,
लेट आया था सर.
हाँ वही प्रॉब्लम है, रिकॉर्डिंग सुनो.
अच्छा,
लेट आने के लिए
तो कोई और प्रचेतास
हमने पूरा स्टोरी बताया था, क्या क्या हुआ कैसे हुआ करके. आफ्टर प्रचेतास व्हेन देयर वाज नो वन टू रूल, स्वयंभू मनु कम्स टू नारद मुनि आश्रम आस्किंग प्रियव्रता, बेटा कम घर पे आ जाओ, राजकार कर लो. बोले नहीं मैं नहीं आऊंगा.
अच्छा,
घर पे आएगा तो मैं कर्मबंधन में आ जाऊंगा. देन ब्रह्मा जी केम एंड रिक्वेस्टेड हिम, इट इज लॉर्ड्स डिजायर, यू प्लीज कम. देन ही केम.
Privat we hear. Okay, so after Prachetas only that happened. That episode. Okay. Fine, Praji. That link was missed.
सारी क्षमा कीजिए, लेट आना आपका गलती नहीं. और कुछ क्वेश्चन है? अब ये ऑनलाइन में वाद्य कृष्ण बाबू प्लीज,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
लिटिल लाउडर.
As we heard in the class that Lord Varaha appeared when the Bhumandal got into the ocean, Garbhodaka ocean, and simultaneously Diti gave birth to Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, and then to kill Hiranyaksha, Varaha went afterwards. What we had also heard that Hiranyaksha was already there, and then he exploited gold from the earth. And because of that, some imbalance happened, and then earth fell down, and then Varahadev came and he protected the earth. So, what is the correct sequence, Prabhuji?
Abhi no judgments. I mean that is also there. That could have happened some other time also, here also. I don't know. But as far as my little understanding, as per we read in the Bhagavatam, shloka by shloka. So it is said that Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu were born. As soon as they were born, Hiranyaksha went on world conquest. He went to directly Indra. He defeated Indra. He gave the Indra's throne to his brother, our Hiranyakashipu. And he said, my dear brother, I want to just go and हाथ को साफ करके आता हूँ करके चले गए. He went all over the universe. कोई बात के साथ फाइट करने का रेडी नहीं. Finally, he went to ocean. He was fighting with the waves of the ocean. He has so much strength. स्ट्रेंथ है तो दिखाना चाहिए ना. जिस प्रकार ब्रह्मचारी श्लोक याद करेगा तो श्लोक कोट करते रहते हैं हमेशा, दिखाना पड़ता है उनको भी, मुझे पता है करके. सो लाइक दैट, सो ही हैज टू शो हिज स्ट्रेंथ. Now I am telling about myself only, not for somebody else. So he was showing his strength against the waves of the ocean. Then he, while fighting with the waves of the ocean, he saw Varuna inside the water. He went to Varuna. He was cunningly, he said, Bhavati Bhikshan Dehi. So Varuna said, Beta क्या चाहिए? मैं आपके साथ युद्ध करना चाहता हूँ. So Varuna intelligent. He said, मैं तो बूढ़ा बन गया, मैं क्या फाइट करूँ? वहाँ पे देखो समुद्र के ऊपर हरी, अभी मतलब he just appeared. He will give you suitable match. He will be a suitable match to you. After fighting with him, you will get nice rest, everlasting rest. You please go to him. In Sanskrit, na, you will get nice aram, everlasting, shashwati arama. Instead of telling that you will die. So on the way, I met Narada Muni. He asked Narada Muni, where is Hari? He said, "Okay, वहाँ पे वो भूमंडल के उठा रहे." That time he was lifting the Bhumandala. Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean when Lord Matsya appeared to King Satyavrata. And Bhumandala was lifted by Lord Varaha. That is the time Hiranyaksha came to stop Lord Varaha. So then you fill the blanks. But whose children are the Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu?
Diti.
Diti. Whose daughter is Diti? When Daksha begot Diti? When Brahma inspired him. Brahma told you, all 10 lokas are submerged in the water. No one is there. You create population and fill them. So in that context, how do you fit this Hiranyaksha throwing the earth into water? See, I'm sorry, I'm not finding fault with anybody. Even Srila Prabhupada himself writes this in the first canto, third chapter, when Varaha pastimes is mentioned, na, among all the avatars. So Prabhupada only writes. So like this, many times now we hear all these pastimes as a Sthala Purana. Every holy place, there is Sthala Purana. Like there are so many pastimes are there. We used to hear in the beginning days very widely the pastime of when Lord Rama was out of pain of separation of Mother Sita, was crying loudly. That time Lord Shiva and Parvati were traveling in the space. So Mother Parvati saw. So why Lord Ram is crying like this? He is Bhagavan, and Bhagavan is never separate from the Devi. Why is he crying like this? So Lord Shiva says, you can't understand. This is Lord's Leela. So Parvati says, no, why I cannot understand? I want to test. So she came down and she was appearing like Sita Mata. So Lord Rama happened to go in that direction, saw her and fell flat and offered full dandavat. So हे माते आप अकेला है स्वामी भगवान शिव कहाँ हैं? So then she was ashamed and she said, actually, I'm sorry, I came here to test you. You test your Bhagavatta, Bhagavanhood. So then whatever it is. Then Lord Shiva said, you have accepted the Vesha of Mother Sita. She is like my mother. Now I cannot accept you as my wife anymore. So then the Kathakar says that she went to Daksha Yajna and burnt herself. Okay? But Daksha Yajna happened in Swayambhu Manvantara. Lord Rama appeared in Vaibhava Shatmantra 24th Chaturyuga. अब ये पहले आगे पीछे कैसे हो गए? These are all our kathakar. In order to churn the emotions of the audience, they speak. कई बार के बात छोड़ दो, इस बार तो नहीं हुआ ना. And there one more pastime also. They say that Gautama Rishi cursed Ahalya because Ahalya united with Indra, who appeared in the form of Gautama. He cursed him to become the stone. The Ahalya said, please forgive me, please release me. He says that when Rama comes, when Lord Rama's feet touches you, you will become normal. Then Devi Ahalya said that, Swami, abhi to next will come Dwapara Yuga, next will come Treta Yuga, Bhagavan Ram will come in Treta Yuga, बहुत समय है, अभी कुछ जल्दी करो. So गौतम ऋषि क्या किया? दोनों को उल्टा कर दिया. So पहले त्रेता आ गया, बाद में द्वापर आ गया. और जब रिवर्स किया उस समय व्यासदेव द्वापर युग में आ गया, भगवान श्री कृष्ण भी आ गया. लाइक दैट भगवान राम, अहल्या, कृष्णा, व्यासा सबको मिक्स करके एक अच्छा कहानी बताते. बट अकॉर्डिंग टू अवर आचार्यास, लॉर्ड रामा अपेयर्ड इन द 24 साइकिल, 24 चतुर्युगा. लॉर्ड कृष्ण एंड व्यासा अपेयर्ड इन द 28 चतुर्युगा. अभी उसमें द्वापर त्रेता का उल्टा पल्टा करने की आवश्यकता क्या है? इट्स लाइक दैट. इट्स ओके. Not that we should not speak. For people, for the newcomers, we can speak those stories because those stories appears to be very emotional and they make connection to it and they can be attracted to Bhakti path. But the people who are sitting in this assembly, these are all Bhakti Shastris and doing Bhakti Vaibhava and also the preachers. So we should at least know what exactly happening in the background, what is the things, how they are happening and all. So in the circle like this, we should discuss how they happen. In the preaching programs, you can tell all the stories because that kind of stories only attracted to people. If we talk all these things, numbers and all, they will not listen. So that's okay. It's all preaching strategy. Okay? Okay, Prabhuji, online Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please, one more question, Prabhuji.
Quickly.
Please, this Manasuttar mountain, you mentioned that sun is there orbiting above the Manasuttar mountain.
Yes.
So, like I wanted to know, are we going to discuss ahead about the dissolution part? What happens at the time of dissolution? Because related to that, I had one question. It is.
Solution we are not discussing, Prabhu. Sorry,
Okay.
we don't have so much
So,
time to discuss all that.
can I ask one question now, only, Broji? In Bhagavatam purport,
Ah,
Srila Prabhupada mentions that at the time of dissolution, so
ah,
that is 3:11:29,
ah.
where it is mentioned that at the time of dissolution, the sun and moon appear in the other portion of the universe. So what it means that it goes to some other portion of the universe, and sun's light becomes a dim, something glare of the sun is
No, no,
disappear.
no. At the time of dissolution, all the 10 lokas are burnt to ashes. When Lord Shiva opens, the 11 Rudras open their third eye, there is so much fire that the fire burns all the 10 lokas. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Satala, Patal. All the 10 lokas are burnt to ashes. So among the 10 lokas, we have sun, moon also. They are also burnt to ashes.
But in the purport, it is mentioned that they appear in the other remaining portion of the universe. So that's where I had
I
a
don't know. There could be some reason, some other pastime may be connected to it, but exactly I don't know. But as for the sequence of events, this is how it is mentioned. The same 3rd canto, 11th chapter, as well as 12th canto, 4th chapter, which elaborately talks about the dissolution sequence. There is intense heat for 100 years. Then there is intense rain for another 100 years. So then there is intense wind or like that, intense fire, intense wind like that, one after the other will come for 100 years. That's how Naimitika Pralaya takes place at the end of the day of Brahma. Ah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, during when Bhuloka that falls into the Garbhodaka ocean, so that time Diti and Kashyap they are producing children or
No, no, no. When in the Chakshusha Manvantara, when King Satyavrata was the king, that time Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean. That time Diti and all were not born only. After Pralaya, when Brahma realized that all people died, then he has to refill. Then he empowers Daksha to beget children and refill. Then Daksha creation happened. Daksha's creation.
Bhulok that came out of
No,
ocean.
no. When Aryama gave birth to human beings, then only Bhumandala was lifted up.
So where they were exactly that point of time?
Sarga. Only Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean. Svargaloka and Bhurloka are there, but people died. The lokas are there. It became empty. They are all in Sargaloka. Everything happening in Sargaloka.
We say that Shweta Varaha Kalpe, that's the first Varahadev who came white color.
Yeah.
During Swayambhu.
Swayambhu Manvantara, when Lord came, he was white color.
That time he didn't fight with Hiranyaksha.
No. Hiranyaksha was not born only.
Yeah, so next time when he came, that is Chakshusha Manvantara, that he came in the reddish.
No. He came as Nilavaraha. But while fighting, Prabhuji, I am in the class. I will call you back after the class. Shubhalas bro called. Sorry. You are saying something?
That blue, that red Varaha.
Yeah, is actually Nilavaraha. While fighting, what happens? ओके वो तो ठीक है बट गदाते एक दूसरे को मारते मारते उनका ब्लड इनका पूरा शरीर में अभिषेक हो गया he became reddish. That's why he became known as Raktavaraha. Actually was Nilavaraha. Okay. Somebody else raised hand?
So that means in every Kalpa, Varahadev doesn't come. In this Kalpa he came, that's a Shweta Varaha Kalpa we are mentioning.
No. In this Kalpa, at the very beginning he came. That's why it became Shweta Varaha Kalpa. Other Kalpas also will come, but maybe at a later time.
Praji, class is like total Bhumandala we saw. It is like a flat, the leaf of a lotus.
Yes.
But the last part, like Bharat Khanda, when we were discussing, we told like this is spherical now. So that I am not able to relate. If you understand as a flat earth, completely Bhumandala, because people were traveling. Previously, people were able to travel to a different portion.
Okay.
Now, even Arjuna was going, he went to Himalaya, and from there he used to go to other places, Lord Shiva and everything. That seems to quite possible when we take even Bharat Khand as a flat portion only, as we saw in the pictures. And they were able to travel. But now, like with the, is it like just to match with the scientific theory, we are telling it as a spherical?
Did we ever talk that matching to sciences?
Mahabharata, but how like everything is a flat, but the
even
only
if
the
it is
Bharat,
spherical also you can go there, na? Mountain also you climb and come down also, na? Like that it can also come down and go up, come down and go up. Why not? What is the problem?
So how like the flat thing became a spherical?
That I don't know. How it became, I don't know. You have to read.
And
That's
how
why I'm
like
saying, na, you
it is
should
like
read Vaipurana. Vaipurana, you read, you will understand.
oh that spherical earth which is there.
हाँ.
So it is like holded over the.
अबे रुको ना, till 1:30. Wait, पूरा हुआ नहीं. What is the title? Reference from Sri Vadatirtha from Bhugola Varanam. We are still discussing Bhumandala. पूरा हुआ नहीं. रंगोली पूरा हुआ नहीं.
भारत खंड
अभी कलर्स डालना बाकी है. थोड़ा डालने दो. और कुछ है? Okay, we'll go on. So till now we discussed from Bhagavatam, as we studied in the beginning. Sukadeva Goswami only touching upon the important aspects. There are many more details which he did not cover, did not mention. Like that, some of the missing details we can take it from Bhugola Varnanam. Why Bhugola Varnanam? Somebody may question. Even many of our ISKCON devotees, they said, hey, you are presenting from Bhugola Varnanam, what is this? This is from Madhva, this, that. And there is one problem also. The recent person, his name is Sri Badarayana Murthy, one of the Madhva born person, okay? And is a professor in Bangalore in one of the Sanskrit Vidyalaya. So he translated this Bhugola Varnam Sanskrit text from Sanskrit to English in 1990, about 35 years back. Okay? In that, he talks about Srila Prabhupada's in a, like, we cannot say exactly, but a kind of criticism way. Prabhupada, even the great acharyas also speak like this. Matlab, sometimes Prabhupada generalizes some things. So, keeping that in mind, he says, how can Prabhupada say like this? A kind of one or two negative remarks. Only one place he writes about Prabhupada like this. So, many of our ISKCON devotees, they say that, this person is criticizing Prabhupada, we should never ever read this book only. They told me, even they saw when they saw this book. So, why are you quoting from Bhugola Varanam? You should not quote, because this person is speaking badly about Srila Prabhupada. Something like that. So, but I don't know the real what is happened. Even what to speak of he. Many other Sampradaya Vaishnavas, they also say many times, many things. In a way, for example, Hare Krishna Mantra only. We chant loudly. They always say, you should not chant loudly. The big two remarks the Sri Vaishnavas have against our Sri Vaishnavas Madhvas have is that mantra should not be chanted loudly. And second thing, brahmacharis should not stay lifelong brahmacharis. That is not accepted according to them. They should go through sequence order. Brahmacharis up to 25 years, then they should marry, then they should become Vanaprastha sannyasi. Or, if you are a sannyasi material, you can become sannyasi at the very beginning. But you cannot stay lifelong brahmachari like this. I personally encountered some of the Madhvas arguing with me for many times. In Melkote. So like that. See, they have their own way of thinking, they have their own way of presenting. So we cannot say wrong also, because that's how they are grown up. And we also grown up in a particular way. And we also say, what do we say? His Holiness Navagovindra Maharaj says, Harinam mein sare, baki sab bekar hai. Of course, they have their own understanding of saying something and we have our own way of understanding saying something. So we have so many things. They also have doubt about our Brahman initiation. You people are giving Brahman initiation to anyone and everyone. What you can do? Deities are there, deity worship has to go on. It is Apad Dharma. So whoever is ready, they should be getting Brahman initiation, so the deity seva will be going on. For them, deity worship it is a rigid training of 12 years, without which they are not allowed to enter into Garbhagruha. They have a strict standards for deity worship. But ISKCON mein, it is the need of the hour. When new temple is opening, so whoever is senior devotees, they are Brahman initiated. 3 years senior, 2 years senior, whatever. So it's the Apad Dharma, still Apad Dharma is going on. So many times things are there like that. So whatever it is, because I found Bhugola Varnanam presenting many details in a way we can appreciate. Of course, this person has a different view of Srila Prabhupada. He might never interacted with Prabhupada. He might not have seen in Srila Prabhupada. So he does not know about Prabhupada completely. Why Prabhupada is doing like this. So, but anyway, keeping that aside, other points I have taken and I am presenting from that. So let us see if these points are helping us in any way to help our understanding of Bhumandala increase maybe a little bit, even 1%, that will be good. So the point, who is speaking this Bhugala Varnam? That is interesting. Vayu is there, na? Vayu Deva is there. The future Vayu Deva, whoever is going to become the future Vayu Deva, that person, his name is Latavya or something like that. He appeared as Srila Vadarteta to assist Vayudeva when he appeared as Madhvacharya. Currently, this personality is under the training of Vayudeva so that he can do the Vayudeva's duties in the next time when he becomes Vayu. Whenever. It's the next Kalpa. So now, since he is along with Vayudeva, Vayu can go anywhere and everywhere in the entire universe. He has seen every place, every nook and corner in the entire universe. Thus he says that, since I have seen every nook and corner of the entire universe, I can say what is there where authentically. There will be nothing wrong in my words. And that too interesting, this person is the one who lived for 120 years. After 120 years, he entered into Vrindavan, matlab Samadhi. After that, he entered into a dumb person. And that dumb person spoke about the autobiography of Srila Vajratirtha, about his present and previous lives. So in that autobiography, he writes this Bhugala Varanam section. In his previous life as Lord Latavya, he traveled all over the universe, and universe is like this. He explains about the entire universe. That is the person. 14 entire universe, because he is going to be next to Vayu. So obviously he can travel. So this is the Vajratirtha. This pastime is also very well known to all the devotees. Whenever they go to Udupi, behind the main temple there is a small temple of this Lord Hayagriva temple. Lord Hayagriva used to accept his bhoga every day. No, this is Raghavendra Swami also had similar pastime, but is initially Vajratirtha. Just like in Sri Vaishnavism, one Brahmana became angry, he was envious of Madhvacharya, Ramanacharya, and he put poison in the Charnamrut. Like that here also one person put poison in the Bhoga. So every day Lord Hayagriva would take 3/4 and 1/4 he would remain, keep it for Vajratirtha. And this day, Hayagriva ate everything. So he fasted, but he survived. So like that. So he was born in 1348 and he was there around up to 1388. This is Madhvacharya's timeline, this is Vajratirtha. After Madhvacharya, he has one disciple known as, this is Jayatirtha and this is Vajratirtha. After Madhvacharya, Jayatirtha, after Jayatirtha, Vajratirtha, like there are three prominent scholars in the line of Madhva Sampradaya. 2 days back, somebody was asking me, in the Mangalarti Japa time, somebody was asking me, is he there in the disciplinic line of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita में है ना? उसमें है क्या? जयतीर्था वाजरातीर्थ का नाम है? वाजरातीर्थ? Jayatirtha is there. Okay. I said, sorry Prabhuji, I don't remember that much. So some of our brahmachari only asked me, his name is there in that disciplinary section list. Jayatirtha is there, na? He is the next generation of Jayatirtha. Maybe second generation. 317 and 1317 and 1348. Madhvacharya, no, he lived for 80 years. Oh, he told like that. Okay. I don't know. What is the reason for that? No. In previous life, as a Devata, he was Latavya. Madhvacharya is Vayu. He is Latavya. So he came as a grand disciple to help him. Latavya. Like we have Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Chakravartipad. Rupa Goswami's works are commented by Jiva Goswami. And Jiva Goswami's and Rupa Goswami's works are commented by Chakravartipad. So Madhvacharya, Rupa Goswami. Jayatirtha, Jiva Goswami. Vajratirtha, Vishnu Chakravarti. The three prominent scholars in that line. So now, okay, we'll go ahead. So according to Bhugola Varnam, he says there is Brahmanda, which is spherical, completely spherical in all directions. Okay, then its width is 500 million yojanas. In the lower part of the Brahmanda, we have Garbhodaka ocean. In the upper part, we have ether. In the middle, Bhumandala. And this Bhumandala has 3 parts. In the Bhagavatam, we called these 3 parts as Loka Varsha, Loka mountain, Aloka Varsha. In the Bhugola Varnam, he says Vrittakara Putvi, Andatamas, and Ganodaka. This is how he calls them with a different name. Vrittakara Putvi, which includes the 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans, as well as Swarna Bhumi. And then Andatamas. Andatamas is nothing but Loka Parvata. And Ganodaka is nothing but Aloka Varsha. So like that. And the dimensions given by him are little different than what is there in the Bhagavatam. In the Bhagavatam, we had them in 1:2:3, 41.1, 82.2, 123.3. In the Bhugola Varnam, he says 35.71. Instead of 41, it is 35.71. Instead of 82, it is 71.43. Instead of 123, it becomes 142.86. It kind of increases the width of Aloka Varsha. But 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans are same. Their dimensions will not change. Only the Swarna Bhumi dimension, little become small. It becomes smaller. That's all. So here are the 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans. Surrounding that Swarna Bhumi is there. But intentionally he says that surrounding Swarna Bhumi, that means inside the Swarna Bhumi, the outermost area is Vajralepa. This is golden land and this is diamond land. And surrounding this Vajralepa, there is a small thick line, thick border that is called Brahma Bhumi. Interestingly, in the Ramayana, when Sugriva was speaking to monkeys who are supposed to go in 4 directions, for the monkeys which are supposed to go in the eastern direction, he tells about this. After you pass through 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans, you will come to fiery land. The golden land, he calls it as fiery land. Then he says you will come to Jatarupa Shila. Jatarupa Shila, the abode of Jatarupa Shila. Shila means stone. Jatarupa means the stone in the form of Jatarupa. Jata. Sadhu Jata is grey color, na? That means this land is filled with grey color stones, which are diamonds. It is diamond land. So like that. No. Yeah. Then comes Loka mountain. After that Loka mountain. So like that. So beyond this Brahma Bhumi, there is Loka Parvata. Beyond that Loka Parvata, there is a pit. That pit is actually called Andatamas. So why this pit? This is also called Adogati. So this is the region of complete darkness and it is the principle of darkness. So it is like a ice room, ice well. So the reason is, in this context they speak that in Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter, at the end we have 2 verses. Anyone remembers? That is Asurim Bhavam Ashrita. That is last 2 words. Tanaham Dishata Kruran Samsareshu Naradama Asuriva Eva Yonushu. Such kind of asuras who never want to correct themselves, they are keep on doing so many sinful activities, who don't have any scope of rectification. For the rectification, the sinful people are sent to Yamaraj. After going through Yamaraj punishment, they will become normal. But some people who does not have any scope of rectification, they were taken to this top of the Loka mountain. From there they are thrown into Andatamas. It is a dark ice room. Severe punishment is given to them. Just like in the jail, when somebody is very adamant, they are put in the dark room. So like that. That is how they give explanation. Quoting these 2 verses, Lord Krishna speaking these 2 verses, keeping this place in mind. Like that they say. They means this Badarayana Murti, whoever the translator, is quoting those 2 verses and giving the connection to this Andatamas. I will show you the pictures, maybe a couple of slides later, what exactly it is. Then comes Ganodaka. So what is the meaning of Ganodaka? It is a combination of two words. Ghana, Udaka. Means what? So water in the form of ice. So they say that though Bhagavatam is saying the third part of the Bhumandala is Ganodaka, it is Aloka Varsha, but actually it is Garbhodaka ocean in the state of solid state, like solid. Even when you see from the far, even there is a ice surface, it appears to be like a land surface only. Since it is solid, it appears to be like a land surface. So that Sukadeva Goswami called it as Aloka Varsha. Anyway, it is dark, no one is residing there. Whether it is ice surface or land surface, it doesn't make any difference. So like that he says. So technically it is actually Garbhodaka ocean whose upper surface becomes solid and it appears to be like a land. That's why this is considered to be Aloka Varsha, the third region. But he says it is actually Garbhodaka. Since it is solid state, I am giving the name Ganodaka. So like that he says. So third part of the Bhumandala is actually Garbhodaka ocean itself. It is ocean only, then there is no need of gap. So in that way. Now let us see the pictures. Here is the cross section of Bhumandala according to Bhagavatam understanding. Here is Mount Meru, 16,000 inside the Bhumandala, 84,000 above. And here is Bhartakhanda on the surface of the Bhumandala. Here is pole star. Here is the orbit of the moon. Here is the orbit of sun. But here is Loka mountain. See, this is like whole Bhumandala. The Loka mountain is like circular like this. I just taken a cross section. Here where the Loka mountain, that much only I am showing. It is actually circular mountain, but I am showing here only. Since sun is here, mountain is here, other side of the mountain, the sunlight does not penetrate. That's why it is completely dark. If this mountain is not there, it will be completely bright. Because of the mountain, it is completely dark. And the mountain is starting from Bhumandala, going all the way up to equal height of pole star. Okay? Here, in this dark area, there is a pit. The mountain height is 3.8 million yojanas. And from the top of the mountain to the bottom of the pit is 5.16 million yojanas. This is the total depth of the Andatamas, the pit of darkness. This is like a well. It's like that. ऊपर से नीचे throw करेंगे. Just like Prahlad Marava thrown from the top of the mountain. And then, this is a pit of darkness meant for the greater sinful people. Here are the Narakalokas which are meant for lesser and medium sinful people, who after punishment will be corrected and then again they will take birth in the upper living entities. So like that. By the way, hell is also inside the Bhumandala, inside the tunnel. This picture is not to scale, just to show information only it is drawn. Next, the cross section of the Bhumandala. So here you see, here is the pole star, here is the Mount Meru, here is the Narakaloka. In this intermediate space, the 7 Bilasvargas are situated. Inside the Bhumandala, 7 tunnels are there. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala, etc. They are all inside the Bhumandala, down below Mount Meru and just above Narakaloka. They don't get sunlight. Who said that they are getting sunlight? They don't get sunlight. We'll discuss. Wait, na. We'll come to 24th chapter, that time we'll discuss. The 7 nether worlds are located within the halos of the Bhumandala, down below Mount Meru. The Bhumandala further extends down below Patala, which is completely rocky structure. It is fully rocky Bhumandala. Below that, there are 8 elephants. Just now somebody was talking, na? The 8 elephants are situated down below the Bhumandala. After Samudra Manthan episode, when the Samudra Manthan happened? In which Manvantara Samudra Manthan happened? What is the reference? In which canto it is said? Which chapter? Whether it is said in Shloka, whether it is said in Purport? Which Acharya is giving the Purport? Okay, in which Manvantara this pastime took place? Don't assume. 6th Manvantara. Just after this Pralaya we discussed till now. Then who became the next king? Hiranyakashipu. Lord appeared as Varaha and Narasimha delivered them. Then Prahlada. Then Virochana. Then Bali. So all these pastimes until Samudra Manthan, they all took place in the Chakshusha Manvantara only. Everything in Chakshusha Manvantara only. All these pastimes. Okay? So that time the elephants appeared and they began to hold the Bhumandala along with Shesha and Kurma. It is here Yamaraja city is there. Within that rocky structure of the Bhumandala, we have Yamaloka. And it is surrounded by a big moat, many yojanas wide and deep. It is called Vaitarni river. It is terror to the sinful people. There are thousands of hells such as Raurava, Maharaurava, Asipatravana, etc. etc. for punishing sinners of different kinds. The hells are situated beneath the Bhumandala, that is beneath the Padala Loka and above Garbhodaka ocean. The hellish planets are located where? Below Patala Loka, above Garbhodaka ocean. Obviously, na? This is the Bhumandala. In the Bhumandala, we have Atala, Vitala, all the way to Patala. Below that Patala, Narkaloka is there. Below that Shesha. Below Shesha, there are Kurma. And Kurma is floating in the Garbhodaka ocean. So, as per proper arrangement, Bhumandala, down below Bhumandala, we have 7 lokas. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatal, Rasatal, Patal. Down below that Narkaloka. Down below Shesha. Down below Kurma. Down below. So, Narakaloka is below Patala and above Garbhodaka ocean. So, here is cross section. Mount Meru, Bharatakanda. Just below Mount Meru, 7 lokas are there. Atala se chart karke, Patala tak. So, these are the dimensions. And below Patala, we have hellish planetary systems. And below that, we have 8 elephants. Below 8 elephants, we have Shesha. Below Shesha, we have Kurma. Below Kurma, we have Garbhodaka ocean. Now, in the Bhumandala, this is Loka Varsha. This is Loka mountain. And this part, this third part is Aloka Varsha. According to Bhugala Varnam, that is Ganodaka. Matlab, that is basically Garbhodaka ocean. So now the question is, so this is the picture. This is the Garbhodaka ocean, this is the Bhumandala with 3 divisions, this is Mount Meru, 7 lower planetary systems, below them hellish planetary systems, below them 8 elephants, below them Shesha, below them Kurma. Actually, it is like this. No, balance is happening from the top only. From the bottom, no balance is required. They want to serve some way. So Brahma said, you also please go and help. Shesha also wanted to serve. Kurma alone is sufficient to hold the Bhumandala. But Shesha also want to serve the Lord. So in Brahma told, please go and assist Kurma. Then elephants, when they appeared from Samudra Manthan, they also said, my dear Brahmaji, please give us some seva. He said, go and assist Shesha and Kurma. So like that. Engaging. Universal management. So like that. So Kurma is floating in the water. Upon him, Shesha is there. Upon him, 8 elephants. Upon that, the entire Bhumandala is there. Karnodakshai nahi, Garbhodakshai. Karnodaka will be outside the universe. Karnodaka will be in the Karna ocean. Ganodaka, but you are selling Karnodaka. Okay. Wait, I'll show you. Pura hua nahi. Thoda. Okay. वो दिखाने के पहले ये थोड़ा वीडियो है.
Below the earthly planetary system are 7 subterranean realms named Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala, which do not receive sunlight and which are inhabited primarily by demoniac living entities. To reach the first one must go 80,000 miles downward through underground tunnels. At successive depths of 80,000 miles are the remaining 6 netherworlds, all of which are fully developed underground civilizations. In the 4th level downward, Talatala Loka, lives the magical architect Maya Danava, who has designed many brilliantly decorated cities where proud materialists reside. Below the nether worlds are the 28 hellish planetary systems. The demigod of justice, Yamaraj, judges the unrighteous human beings after their deaths and sends them to one of these planets. There, errant souls are administered appropriate punitive measures corresponding to their misdeeds. The earthly and subterranean planetary systems rest upon one of the hoods of the gigantic divine serpent, Shesha. Shesha in turn is held up by the colossal transcendental tortoise, Kurma. And Kurma resides in the ocean that fills half the universe.
Wait. I'll take questions, maybe just a couple of slides later. This is all what we discussed now. So, according to Srila Vadira Tirtha, Bhumandala is not completely flat. That information is trying to give with the help of, he's saying that the hellish planetary systems are down below Patala and above Garbhodaka ocean. But the third region, which we are calling it as Aloka Varsha, according to him it is Ganodaka. It is supposed to be the upper surface of the Garbhodaka ocean. It cannot be a separate part. So what I am doing? I am connecting it to Garbhodaka ocean. And this part of the Garbhodaka ocean is completely solidified. Then the remaining part of the Bhumandala cannot be flat. It will be like a terrace structure. Temple terrace is there, na? Like umbrella. Nowadays rainy season. When you open umbrella, it comes like this. That is the kind of arrangement the Bhumandala has. This is told by Srila Vadira Tirtha. And then one more point he says that the Lokaloka mountain is actually stemming from Garbhodaka ocean. It is no more a mountain coming out of the Bhumandala. So previously the original picture, the Bhagavatam picture, we say like this. The Lokaloka mountain is coming out of the Bhumandala. But according to Vadira Tirtha, he says that it is actually coming out of Garbhodaka ocean. That means it is not a rock and mud mountain. It is a mountain made up of ice. So this is also ice portion. This mountain is also ice portion. Ice mountain only. It is such a ice which will not be melted by sun. It is Garbhodaka ocean's ice. What is Garbhodaka ocean? How it is made? Huh? Perspiration of Lord. So Garbhodaka Vishnu's perspiration. Why that should become melted by sunlight? So in that way. Here is the Andatamas, which is actually inside Garbhodaka ocean. Obviously it is ice room. So like that. So according to Srila Vadira Tirtha, this is the final picture of the Bhumandala. Now technically the total Bhumandala is this much only. Whenever the Bhumandala falls into Garbhodaka ocean, only this portion only falls into Garbhodaka ocean. Not the whole thing. This mountain will be intact as it is. Outside Ganodaka will be intact as it is. Only this part of the Bhumandala consisting of 7 Dipas, 7 oceans, Parnabhumi and Vajralepa and Brahmabhumi, that portion will fall into Garbhodaka ocean and that portion will be lifted by Lord Varaha. This is the understanding given by Srila Vadiraja Tirtha. So now, here are the 4 elephants. Previous picture, if you remember in that video, it is shown, if the video it was shown that the elephants are above the mountain. अभी ये तो फ्लैट एरिया, बीच में माउंटेन है, माउंटेन के ऊपर एलिफेंट को रखने से क्या बैलेंस करेंगे? वो भी उसके ऊपर ही है. Just like in a ship, if you keep an elephant, how can the elephant balance the ship? For balance, something should be on the stable platform, something should be on the moving platform. So then, the elephants are like this. The rear legs are situated on the mountain and the front legs are situated in the Bhumandala. Here 2 legs here, 2 legs here. This is a stable platform, this is a movable platform. When this goes out of balance, so they can balance it, taking the support of rear legs. That's how the 4 elephants are situated. This is cross section, na? This entire Bhumandala, I cut it here exactly in the middle. It is circular, the mountain is circular. This side one elephant, this side one elephant, here one elephant, here one elephant. I am showing only these two elephants. थोड़ा imagine करो, आप engineer है बाबा. So now, a surface is Bhumandala. The upper surface of this entire thing is called Bhuloka or Bhumandala. From this upper surface of the Bhumandala till the top of Mount Meru, this entire outer space is called as Bhuvarloka. From this point, from the orbit of the moon till pole star, this entire area is known as Swargaloka. Whatever stars we see in this area, they are all part of Swargaloka. And whatever stars we see here, they are all part of Bhuvarloka. By the way, all of us are brahmacharis. We are residing in the brahmachari ashram. There are so many grihasthas who are residing in this apartments area. Like that, in the Bhuloka, everyone has their own home, which is stable platform on the earth. In the heaven, the devatas are also residing in their respective homes, but their homes are not stable homes. They are actually moving homes. The stars that we see are actually the homes of devatas. Whatever stars that we see in the sky, they are actually the homes of Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka residents. What was the verse Lord Krishna says in second chapter Bhagavad Gita, 32nd verse or 33rd verse? Something like that, 32, 33. उन that section में, karma section में. जित्वा वा बोक्षसे मयिम हतो वा श्लोका बताओ बाबा, इधर उधर मत बताओ. जित्वा वा बोक्षसे महिम हतो वा प्राप्यसि स्वर्गम. If somebody wins the battle, they will become the lord of the earth. If somebody dies in the battle, what will happen to them? They will go to Swarga. Whoever dies in the battle, they will attain Swarga. When they go to Swarga, they will be given an aeroplane. Canto 3, chapter 23. What is the speciality of this chapter 23? For the pleasure of Devahuti, Kardamuni creates aerial mansion, a moving Vimana. What all there in that Vimana? Similar kind of arrangement will be there in each and every star. Kardamuni simply duplicated a star. What kind of arrangement will be there in the stars that is just duplicated in a better way. The star dimension varies from half yojana to 100 yojana. Some of the stars are small, some of the stars are big. Half yojana means? वही बोल रहा हूँ ना, वायु पुराण. Half yojana to 100 yojanas. Half yojana is about 6.5 kilometers. From here to our old temple, how much is the distance? 12. Okay, उसमें आधा. Whatever Pune is there in that half of the area, that is one full star. That much area will be given to one warrior who left his body in the battlefield when they go to Swarga. वो उनका ही है पूरा. उसमें बंगलो रहेगा, पैलेस रहेगा, वाटर स्पॉन रहेगा, ये रहेगा, वो रहेगा, सब कुछ रहेगा. Biggest Amaravati is 100 yojanas. Amaravati 100 yojanas. हाँ, बंदा काफी है. यहाँ से बॉम्बे से लेकर विजयवाड़ा तक. हाँ, Indra's palace. He and his wife will stay. Maybe some servants, attendants will be there. That's all. एक आदमी के लिए इतना काफी है. Bhuvarloka also devatas, lesser devatas, upadevatas, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta Preta Pishashas, Siddhacharana Vidyadharas, they are all staying there. Minimum is 0.5, maximum is 100. In middle, they can vary. So all the stars are situated in the Bhuloka and Bhuvarloka. So bigger than that 100 yojanas is grahas. Navagrahas are bigger than 100 yojanas. So they are all. Saptarishis all stay just below pole star here only. Saptarishi Mandal. Somewhat similar. So from above when you see Bhumandala, it looks like flat. But when you go nearby and come into the front side, when you see the front portion of the Bhumandala, it is like this. It is like terrace type of structure, umbrella type. In the middle is going upward and gradually outside is going downward, downward, downward. So this kind of structure of the Bhumandala is there. Surrounding that we have Loka Parvata, which is made up of ice completely. So here is our Bhumandala in the universe. According to Bhagavatam, this is the picture, but gradually increasing. Here is our Loka mountain. And then this arrangement is there in even different Sampradayas in the south. Once for Brahmachari Yatra, we went to Sringeri. In Sringeri temple, just behind the main temple, there are small rooms over there. In one room, they had this Mahameru Yantra. Sripad Shankaracharya installed the deity of Sharada Devi upon that Mahameru Yantra only. So they worship this Mahameru Yantra once in every year during the Brahmotsav festival. So this is semblance of Bhumandala. Here we have Mount Meru, Jambu Deepa, Plaksha Deepa, Salmali Deepa, Kusha Deepa, Krancha Deepa, like that, like Pushkara Deepa. This is like Swarna Bhumi, Golden Land, and below 8 elephants. Gradually slant. And they make copper portion for worship purpose. Even in Mysore, one of the city junction, they have this stupa, Mahameru Stupa. It's like that. So these concepts are known even the common people also. So like that. So this is the picture which he gives about Jammu Bhumandala from Bhugola Varnam. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Mic. Little loud.
On the head of Sisa, who were helping in holding the Bhumandala. So they appeared out of the churning of milk ocean.
Yes.
Before that, Shesha was holding the whole Bhumandala.
Yes. Before that, Shesha and Kurma were holding.
Okay.
From Lord Varaha appeared, that time only Kurma was holding.
Achha.
When Shesha, who is Shesha? That is Vishnu Tattva. This Shesha is, Shesha Ananta whatever, he is not Balramji. He is the son of Kashyapa and Kadru. मतलब महाभारत कोई पढ़ा नहीं. Mahabharata Adi Parva, there is an elaborate story about Shesha. Okay? He is the son of Kashyapa and Kadru. And there was a conflict between Kadru and Vinata. The big story comes in the Mahabharata. As a result of that, Vinata has become the maid servant of Kadru. So eventually, Vinata gave birth to Garuda. When Garuda appeared, understanding his mother's slavery, he became very much concerned. He went to Kadru. He asked, please release my mother. Then said, no, your mother only bet with me. She lost, so she became maid servant. She voluntarily agreed. How can I release? So what was the bet? At once, the Uchchaishrava horse, which was produced from Samudra Manthan, it was moving somewhere. These two ladies saw it. So Vinata told, see, the horse is spotlessly white. Kadru said, no, its tail is dark. Vinata said, no, it is completely white, even tail also white. Kadru said, no, tail is dark. They bet. Whoever wins, they will become the master of the other person. That person will become maid servant. So they were walking toward the horse. In the meantime, Kadru told the snakes, you beta, aap log jaake wrap the tail so that it should appear dark. In the meantime, the snakes went and wrapped around the tail. When they go nearby, the tail looked like blackish. So Vinata became Kadru's maid servant. That was the bet. So when Garuda understood, Garuda cannot become angry with Kadru, but he became angry with snakes. So mother told, but how can son follow just blindly? So son should not do like that. So he is very angry with the snakes. But whatever, he said, so whatever it is, my mother lost the bet, but by doing what you can release my mother? She said, the Devatas got nectar from Samudra Manthan, but they did not give to my children. My children also like Devatas. Who are Devatas? Aditi's children. Aditi is also wife of Kashyapa. Kadru is also wife of Kashyapa. But my children did not get nectar. So get the nectar. If you get the nectar from my children, I will release your mother. Garuda went and stole the nectar part. When he was coming, Indra chased after Garuda. Indra told, you don't take nectar. Why are you taking? Garuda said, no, I am not taking for myself. I am taking this nectar to release my mother. Then Indra says, actually snakes by birth, they are very angry, venomous. If you give, they are also powerful. If you give them nectar, they become more powerful. It will be bad to the universe only. Then Garuda says, no, we will give the nectar to them, but we will make sure that they will not drink nectar. So they made a plan. So Garuda came, gave the nectar to Kadru, and he told, see, this is the rule. If you have to take nectar, you have to take bath, wear fresh clothes, and then take nectar. Just like Moni Murti told Devatas and Asuras, go and take bath, wear clothes, and come back. So Kadru told, hey beta, jao, snan karke aa jao. They went to take bath. In the meantime, Garuda and Kadru, they kept the nectar on a kusha grass mat, and people were kept guarding that. So in the meantime, Indra came in the middle, took it and disappeared. Indra stole it away. When the snakes came back, there was no nectar part. Bhagavatam says, some drop of nectar fell on the kusha grass mat. The snakes are eager to, not Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, eager to have it. That time their tongue split into two parts. Because they were playing with the kusha grass mat. Even poison also they kind of sucking like that. That time they tongue went into parts. Whatever it is. The snakes did not get nectar somehow because of this pastime. So our Vinata got released. Since then, Garuda is very angry with snakes. Whenever he sees snakes, it attacks them and tears them apart. Because they sided their mother for that reason. Here what happened? Garuda and snakes, they are all brothers, co-brothers. But there is strong enmity between them. So Shesha felt very bad. What is this? Our father is same, mothers are different. Still, we have to be like brothers. We cannot fight among ourselves. So he went and performed tapasya. When Brahma appeared, he said, what do you want? I want to be friendly with all my co-brothers. I don't want to find fault or find enmity with any of my brothers. Brahma says, okay, I am very happy with you. Everyone will be happy with you. Then Shesha says, I want to serve you some way. Then Brahma says, as of now the Bhumandala is held by Kurma alone. You please go down the Bhumandala and hold the Bhumandala, taking the support of Kurma. Since then, Shesha began to hold Bhumandala on his hoods. It's like that. This is from Mahabharata. He is not Jiva Tattva. He is empowered by Lord's energy. He is called Shakti Avashavatar, Bhudharana Shakti. He embodies Bhudharana Shakti. He is not Vishnu Tattva, he is Jiva Tattva. Any other question? The bird sound is much bigger than your sound.
Where is Garbhodakshay Vishnu in all this?
Garbhodakshay Vishnu is inside the Garbhodak ocean. In the water, down below the, here. He is here.
Okay. That neighbor from that.
From there only it comes out.
So from where does that Kurma lie then? If
Kurma will be here, above the waters and below the Bhumandala. I showed one picture some time back.
Okay. So that stem is only representation, it doesn't exist.
No. It was existing. Brahma cut into pieces ना. एक बार कट करने के बाद आपको स्टेम कहाँ दिखेगा अभी?
Okay.
कट हो गया अभी. पोपला सब्जी जैसा. Stem. Okay. Lotus stem coming out of Garbhodaksha Vishnu's navel. Any other questions? चारों दिशा में, चारों दिशा.
उसके पहले तो जटा राम से मिले थे. जटा फाइटिंग किया है. बाकी जटा राम से मिले थे. उन्होंने क्लियरली बताया कि रावण इसको लेके गया.
रावण लेके गया, पर रावण कहाँ लेके गया जाए को भी पता नहीं.
पहला लंका में जाना चाहिए, बाद में दूसरे जगह नहीं मिला तो दूसरे जगह जाना.
अभी लंका में जाने के सीन, that is a लीला. लीला शक्ति inspired them to search all over. तो गारंटी क्या लंका में रखा करके गारंटी नहीं ना. लंका में रखा करके गारंटी भी नहीं. तो इसलिए चारों दिशा में भेज दिया. कुछ लोग लंका की तरफ गए, कुछ लोग इधर गए, कुछ लोग उधर गए, सब जगह पर गए ताकि किधर भी रहेगा तो इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगा. So like that.
तो जो वो सोचोगे लंका पास में ही है, वहाँ कोई नहीं रखेगा.
तीनों जगह का गया, वो लोग 1 महीने के अंदर आ गया। केवल हनुमान वाला ग्रुप 2 महीने के बाद आया, उनको 1 महीना एक्स्ट्रा लगा, बिकॉज 1 महीना उधर बंदी हो गया उन्होंने। एक रत्नमाला करके एक माता जी है, उनका घर पे बंदी हो गया 1 महीना तक। हाँ, मैं रामायण पढ़ेगा तो पता चलेगा, मुझे याद नहीं एग्जैक्टली। स्वर्ण प्रभा है सपोज उनका नाम, स्वर्ण प्रभा। हाँ, स्वयं प्रभा। सो उनका घर पे बंदी हो गया 1 महीने तक, जो बाहर आए 1 महीने के बाद। उसके बाद ही हनुमान जी चलान लगाया, उधर गया वापस, उधर कांड किया, वापस आ गया। वो सब होते होते 2 महीना हो गया। संपाति। No, he said Lanka is there. He did not say that Sita is there or not. Sita whereabouts he was not sure. Lanka कहाँ पे करके उनको पता था। हनुमान जी meet संपाति। संपाति tells Lanka is there, most probably वहाँ पे जा सकते हैं आप, वहाँ पे रहेगा, ऐसे करके बोलते। उस तरफ गया, उधर ही रह सकते, उधर से आगे भी जा सकते, पता नहीं ना। सी भगवान को सब कुछ पता है, फिर भी भगवान आदमी जैसे बिहेव करते, इसलिए वो लीला होता है, तभी लीला होता है। सब भगवान को सब कुछ पता हो तो क्या लीला होता है, कुछ होता है नहीं। सो इट्स लाइक दैट। ओके, it's late, devotees are feeling so tired, please we'll have a break and then we'll continue after the break. 15 minutes break. Hare Krishna. Vasudev Krishna Prabhu will take your question after the break, after we meet, na? Okay. Keep it somewhere. So, from Bhugola Varnanam, there was a discussion about Bhumandala. How does the Bhumandala actually look like? Because he says that I have been visiting all these places for many years. I can speak about it very authentically. That's how he explains how exactly they are situated. After talking about the entire Bhumandala in general, then he further goes in, zoom in. He talks about the Jambudipa. So all of us remember the picture of Jambudipa from Bhagavatam. And this was the picture of Jambudipa from Bhagavatam. Yes? And he says there is small correction required to the picture of Bhagavatam. In the beginning, Sukadeva Goswami says there are 9 varshas in Jambudipa and every varsha width is 9,000 yojanas. If that is the case, here if you see, Bharata Varsha, Kimpurusha Varsha, Hari Varsha, Brahmaka, Hiranmaya, Kuru, these are all 9,000 yojanas each, no problem. And this Ilavrita Varsha, if you take 34 by 34, out of which in the middle there is 16,000 yojanas, our Sumeru is there. Here to here 34, in the middle there is 16. How much it is? This is 16. This is 34. 34 minus 16, 18. 18 by 2, 9. That means from this mountain to this mountain 9, this mountain 9, this mountain 9, this mountain. Somehow Ilavrita Varsha also fulfills that criteria of 9,000 yojanas. But what about Ketumara and Bhadrashva? Here to here 31, here to here 34. 31, 34. It is not fulfilling. So, how can Srimad Bhagavatam say something wrong? When Bhagavatam says something, it should be 100% perfect. And this picture is not very good looking. It is not symmetric in all 4 directions. It is only symmetric in 2 directions. This side are same. This side is same. But these 2 are different. It should be symmetric in all directions. It should be properly looking and it should be properly following the dimensions. Then he says, actually, there are 2 more mountains in Ketumala and Bhadrashva. One here, one here, one here, one here. As a result of that, here to here 9, here to here 9, here to here 9. Every tract of land is 9,000 yojanas. And it is symmetric in all directions. Here, in all 4 directions symmetric. And it looks very beautiful to look at overall. This is the actual picture of Jambudipa, like that it says. They are all curved. Because circular, in the circular, you cannot keep straight lines, like that it says. It is not only circular, it is also like a Gopuram. It is also like Gopuram, not flat. It is like Gopuram also. So, it becomes more appropriate when mountains are like this. Like that, he says. And then he says, in Ilavrita Varsha, there are 8 mountains surrounding Mount Meru. and these 8 mountains have particular names. Whatever were the names of these 2 mountains, with the same names, these 2 mountains are there, Jatara and Devashuta, Tavana, Pariyartha. These names are the names of these 2 mountains. They are here also, they are here also. Similarly, whatever names of these 2 mountains, they are there. This part of this Shringavan mountain is known as Trishunga. This part of Shringavan is known as Makara. Similarly, here also 2 mountains are there. These are the 2 mountain area where one of the 11 Rudras is residing. Any male person, by chance, if they go there, they will become female. Sudmuna went there and became Ila. And eventually that Ila married to? No, Buddha. Why Bruhaspati? He is son of Soma and Bruhaspati is wife Tara. Yesterday we discussed, na? Since Soma could not beget children from 27 wives, so he wanted to have a child. So Tara helped him to have a child. So Soma and Tara had a child. That was Buddha. And that Buddha married this Ila. As a result of that, they begot a son. His name is Pururava. In his maturity, when he spoke Vairagya, that is called Aila Gita. Because he is son of Ila. And in that Pururava line only started Chandravamsha. In that line only Lord Krishna himself appeared. So how can the union of Chandra and Tara becomes inauspicious? If it is inauspicious, why would Lord Krishna himself appear in that lineage? And who is this person, Buddha? He is not an ordinary person. It is the same Buddha who appeared as Angada during Lord Rama's pastimes. It is the same Buddha who appeared as Abhimanyu during Mahabharata pastimes. He is not an ordinary person. He is a very special person. Ramayana, Abhimanyu, Angada is special. Mahabharata, Abhimanyu is also special. That person is Buddha. And right now he is the in charge of Buddha Graha. How can his birth will be illegitimate and immoral, improper? It's not. It is supposed to happen, so it happened. By the will of the providence. So, like that. So, done. With the same names in this greater Himalayas, this part of greater Himalayas is known as Kailash, and this part of the Himalayas are known as Karavira. Just like in this Kailash, one of the 11 Rudras are residing, here also one of the 11 Rudras is residing. It is this Lord Shiva, it is this Rudra about whom we generally hear. It is here Mother Parvati performed tapasya to get him married. It is this Shiva gave birth to Kartikeya. It is here Mother Parvati produced Ganapati. It is here Bhagirath Maharaj performed tapasya to please Lord Shiva. It is here Arjuna performed tapasya to please Lord Shiva. All those things happened here only in this Kailash. It is here Ganga was held by Lord Shiva, and from that Jata appears Mandakini Ganga, which came into Bharatavarsha as Bhagirathi. All these wonderful pastimes happened here. It is here Ravana wanted to lift Kailash mountain and he was humiliated by Lord Shiva. So like that. All the pastime that we hear about Lord Shiva, of this Shiva, that person who is residing in this Kailash mountain. It is here Brahma went to please Lord Shiva, appease Lord Shiva. Brahma, after the Daksha Yajna, Brahma went to appease Lord Shiva. That happened here only, in this particular place. That is also here only. Bhrugumuni also went to test this Shiva only. So like that. Okay. So, Jambudipa is like a basket. The basket is there, na? When you put upside down, how does it look like? Like this. Jambudipa will be like this. It has an height of 1 lakh yojanas. Along with Mount Meru, the total height is about 1 lakh yojanas. So keeping this Mount at the center, or keeping Bharatakanda in the center, the sun travels in an orbit which is at a distance of 93 million miles. And then the moon travels around this Bharatakanda at a distance of 0.25 million miles. And their orbits are almost in line with the equator. The orbits of the sun and moon are close to equator. Rahu has an orbit 10,000 yojanas below the orbit of sun and inside the orbit of moon. Basically, the orbital radius of the Rahu will be less than that of moon's radius. Now, he says that Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Uttarayana, Dakshinayana and Vishuddhayana concepts. For Uttarayana, Dakshinayana to happen, Bhumandala cannot be flat. If Bhumandala is flat only always, the sun only can go on the north side, true north side only. Sun can never go below. So there will be no concept of Dakshinayana. Because Bhumandala is like this, you can explain Uttarayana, Dakshinayana both properly. Therefore, Bhumandala should be like this only. It cannot be flat. Here you can see. Here are the orbits of moon and sun. The moon's orbit is in line with line of equator. Sun's orbit is in line with line of equator of the earth globe. As a result of that, sun can go below also, sun can go above also. When sun is going below the line of equator, that is called Dakshinayana. When sun is going above the line of equator, that is called Uttarayana. Going upper side is called Uttarayana, going down side is called Dakshinayana. So like that.
Distant 93 miles from Meru to that.
Here. No, Bharatkhanda to sun. That is 93 million miles. From here to here, whatever that number is mentioned for moon. Friday we'll discuss. So same pictures. Now, one point is, for Uttarayana Dakshinayana to happen, Bhumandala should be like this only. The second point, if entire Bhumandala is flat like this, if sun is somewhere here, does sun can't give light all over the Bhumandala? Obviously, if this entire room is there, even one light to start, all over the room there is some light, if not full light, but some light will be there. But if Bhumandala is like this, when sun is this side it will be dark. When the same sun comes here, that side will be dark. When the same sun goes here, this side will be dark. When the same sun goes that side, this side will be dark. So, obviously, the day and night will happen. Very first day we showed, na? When Prevrata is going like this because we wanted to make night today. Because Bhumandala like this, that's why day and night is happening. If it is flat, it will be day always everywhere. Maybe intensity is less, intensity more. That is the only difference. Like morning, evening intensity is less, noontime intensity is more. But it is daytime only, it is visible everywhere. It is becoming night because of this kind of Bhumandala. Yeah, conical structure. माउंट मेरू का शैडो आएगा तो कितना आएगा? थोड़ा ही आएगा ना ब्रजी. ये भूमंडल है, माउंट मेरू है, इसका शैडो कितना है? इसके पीछे एक लाइन जैसा आएगा, एक पोल जैसा आएगा, उससे क्या होगा? वो तो कितना 16,000 योजनास ओनली इन कंपैरिजन टू 40 million योजनास. 50,000 कितना? नॉट इवन 1%. भारतखंड सामने है ना, इधर इस तरफ साउथ साइड है भारतखंड, इधर बगल में. मेरू से 50,000 योजन, 50,000 योजनास. Because Bharatkhanda is on the edge of the Jambudipa. Jambudipa's radius is 50,000 yojanas. It is that far. The shadow is not because of Mount Meru. The shadow is because of the structure of the Bhumandala. It is because it's spherical. One side sun is there, other side will be dark because of its spherical nature. So normally here one question will come. Devotees will ask generally. Abhi dekho, when sun goes behind, like for example here, when sun was behind and this side is dark, but because of Meru, वो मेरू के सामने रहने वाला earth globe, the other side America is there na, that America will always should be dark. America should never ever receive the light. So what is the reason? Like that one question. In the very first class many devotees asked me, what is this? I was contemplating what to do. Then later on when I read Mahabharata, I came across one story. This is also another famous story which comes in the Vanaparva. Nala Damayanti, आप लोग सुना? Nala Damayanti. Big pastime is there, na? So Nala heard about Damayanti, Damayanti heard about Nala through a swan. One swan exchanging the news from here to there to here. Swan is acting as messenger. Kalidas wrote a nice poem. It is called Hamsaduta. This pastime only. So, hearing about each other, they became attracted to each other. They want to marry each other. So, Damayanti informed father, my dear father, I want to get married to Nala. Please organize for Swayamvar. So, all the kings came. But somehow, Damayanti was so beautiful that beauty, the glories of her beauty went to Sargaloka also. Some Devatas, Gandharvas came down from Sarga to marry her. The previous night, the Devatas caught hold of some person and told him, go and inform the princess that there are so many Devatas came from Sargaloka, you should marry them only. Otherwise, they will curse you. So the messenger informed the queen. The queen said, my dear messenger, please inform the Devatas that, kindly excuse me, I have already given or I have already chosen Nala as my husband. Now I cannot take anybody else as my husband. I cannot think of anybody else as my husband. Let the Devatas please return. They no need to attend for Swayamvara tomorrow. That was the written message. When Devatas heard, they became kind of hurt. How can she say no to us? We Devatas. So next day, because she want to marry Nala, let us see how she will marry Nala. So there are hundreds of Nalas in the Swayamvar. When Nala Damayanti came, she was surprised. So many Nalas are there. So she understood that Devatas are praying prank with us. So she kneeled down and she prayed to Devatas, please forgive me. Please bless me that I should get married to the original Nala. Please, all of you reveal your original forms and bless us. Devatas said, okay, we want to test you. Find out who among us is the original Nala. If you if you find out, we will not trouble you. So Damayanti examined everyone. Then she identified the actual Nala. In her examination, because she is a princess, she must have read, she must have heard, she understood that there are 14 characteristics Devatas have. What are they? The Devatas' feet does not touch the ground. The Devatas can never blink their eyes. The Devatas will never perspire. The garland they wear will never fade. The day it fades, they will die. They will be thrown out of the Sargaloka. Finally, their body will never cast shadow, especially when they come to Bhuloka. They are there, but as good as that they are not there. Just like mirror. At the entrance there is a mirror gate is there, na? It is there, it is not there. Sunlight nicely goes, sometimes we don't know it is there also. We go and bang it. So like that. So she examined. There are all people, eyes are not blinking, garland is very fresh, no perspiration, even though they are under sun, hot sun, it is already noon, since morning they are standing there, and no perspiration, and they are not standing the ground, and no shadow. There is only one person, highly perspiring, garland already became black, eyes are constantly blinking, especially in the hot sun, he is blinking more and more. So he is touching the ground, he has a nice shadow behind him. So Damayanti identified him. Shadi ho gaya. So here the interesting point is that the Devata's bodies does not cast shadow. Similarly, the Devata's abodes also does not cast shadow. So Mount Meru and all these places are part of Bhaumasvarga. So they will not cast shadow. For Bharatakanda, which is Karma Bhumi. So like that. That's why even though sun is on the backside of Mount Meru, the Mount Meru does not block sunlight. The sunlight will pass through Mount Meru and come to America. So like that. It becomes like transparent. For Bhumandala will cast shadow. But Bhumandala does not cast shadow for Bharatakanda. So like that. That's how we have to understand. Both are of different properties.
Otherwise, the other side, Bhumandala will also cast shadow.
The mountains be part of that Bhaumasvarga. Their shadow will be in that local area. That shadow does not affect Bharatakanda. Bharatakanda is entirely different realm only in that way. It is Bhaumasvarga, it is Karmabhumi. Karmabhumi will follow certain rules and regulations. Bharatakanda, Bhaumasvarga will follow certain rules and regulations. So in that way. Wherever sun is niche, upar equally, the sun's shadow in relation to Bharatkhanda, the rest of the Bhumandala becomes transparent. For Bhumandala, it acts like shadow. For Bhumandala only, for example, this mountain, if sun is here this side, this because of this mountain, here everything is dark only. And when sun comes this side, here it will be dark because of this mountain. So like that. Just like this building, the sun is this side in the morning. This side will be shadow. Light will be there, but it's shadow. The brightness will be there, but it won't be so shining. It will be shadow, under shadow. So like that. Huh? Oh, no problem. That's what. Morning sun is here. Shadow will be here to उधर तक चलता है. सेवा building तक shadow चलता है. As sun goes above, shadow will comes down. Same logic you can apply there also. Less or more. उनके लिए shadow आएगा तो भी फायदा नहीं, प्रॉब्लम है ना. Light तो आएगा आपको. You may not have bright sunlight, but the effect of light will be there ना. Just like morning our sun is this side, इस building के उस तरफ भी हमको दिखता है पूरा. ऐसा नहीं पूरा अंधेरा है. This building is not like local mountain. It's only small mountain. So. Time is same, 12 hours only. Everywhere 12 hours only. Sarga, the concept is different. Here the concept is different. Bharatkhanda. 12 hours each, yes. So here are the 9 divisions within Bharatavarsha. Like this. And here it is said about the 9th division, Bharatkhanda. So, Bharatkhanda, here the translator says that it is parked at the southern edge of Jambudvipa. Parked means to stick up or to jut out. It is not a planet going round the sun. हम तो सुना होगा स्कूल में, अपने आप घूम रहे, सूरज के ऊपर घूम रहे, but none of these are happening. It is firmly connected to Jambudvipa, like a mushroom coming out of the surface of the earth during the rainy season. Like that it is. One of the scientists, Sri Anantaramu from Bangalore, he joined the first Antarctica expedition. He visits Antarctica region. Then he makes these remarks. The South Pole region projects downwards like a cone. This region has not been properly surveyed. Therefore, it is indeed a flat lie to say that the South Pole region is slightly flat like the North Pole region. How many of us here ate cone ice cream? बचपन से cone ice cream. ऐसा cone रहेगा, उसके ऊपर nice ice ball रहेगा. That is how Bharatkhanda is connected to Jambudvipa. The ball is Bharatkhanda, spherical ball, ice cream ball. Below cone is there na? That cone is the intermediate connection to Jambudvipa. हाँ, ball उसके ऊपर काट रखे. Golf ball or ice cream, cone ice cream, so like that. So here is our Bharatavarsha. So here you see, this is Greater Himalaya, this is Bharatavarsha, 9,000 yojanas. In this 9,000 yojanas, we have 9 divisions. 9 islands are there, na? This is how the picture in the Bhugola Varanam he gives. The 9 khandas are actually gradually coming downward. Just like a mountain. How does the mountain will be there? Like this only, na? It's chowda रहेगा, लंबा ऐसा ऊपर जाके ऐसा आते, half moon type. Like that, each island is like a mountain. Like this, like this, like this. The width of each one is 1,000 yojanas only. The length is as long as they can extend in that region here. This one is long length. Then धीरे धीरे कम होता रहेगा. The last one will be year to year 1,000, year to year 1,000, width also 1,000. That's why it became spherical. Remaining are like this, half moon type. This is the shape of the 9 dvipas of Bharatavarsha. Yesterday some of you were asking, na, how are the other khandas of Bharatavarsha? So this is how they could be. This is the picture shown in the Bhugola Varnanam. Huh? Here in this picture, which in order to show, we have shown half sphere. Later on, it became like full sphere. Eventually, pictures are just indicative. Prabhu, don't take them exactly as they are. So, our Prabhuji is so specific. See here, you see. So, if you go here, you stand here and see the ninth one, how do they look like? It's like this. This is Garbhodaka ocean. Here is the cone. Upon the cone, we have Bharatkhanda. Not exactly on top Jambudvipa. Thoda sa conical structure is there. Thoda sa height. Here is the 8th one. Or uske baad 7th one, 6th one, like that. They are all there. So now, oh, it's okay that Madhva person has said something out of his own madness. Why should I accept it? Oh, बोलने से सही हो जाएगा क्या? हम तो सुना स्कूल में पृथ्वी अपने आप घूम रहे हैं और सूरज को घूम रहे हैं. अब तो इधर आके ज्वाइन कर दिया, उसको फिक्स कर दिया. We will not accept. Just to give a benefit of doubt. So what's happening? In the world map, if you see, this is our world earth globe and this is the modern observation. They say that out of 100% of the earth's surface, 71% is occupied by water. 29% is land portion. Out of the 29%, 21% of the land portion is above line of equator. You see, North America, Greenland, North Africa, Europe, Asia, everything. These are all like more than 21%. Only 8% of the land is there down below the line of equator. South America, South Africa and Australia. Only these three, just 8% of the land total surface. And the remaining all water. So 50 minus 8, how much it is? So in the southern hemisphere, 42% is water, 8% is land. In the north hemisphere, 21% is land, 29% is water. But here more water is there, and most of the water is in always solid state. Antarctica is all solid state only. In that solid icy portion, there could be solid ice column. One ice column can be there upon which our earth globe is standing. So that's how we can give a benefit of doubt. Yes, Abena? Ice wa. So that ice column is here. Still I am not convinced. How can I accept? आप ऐसे कैसे बोल सकते हैं? So two examples. Space expedition. Whatever rockets, satellites were being sent to space, in which direction they send? कहाँ से up? किस तरफ up in relation to the sphere? Which up? From the North Pole they are sending upward. कहाँ से आप ऊपर भेज रहे? Where are the space stations? From where they are sending a satellite? In which direction they are sending a satellite? Huh? Rotating parallel to equator. Okay. Or? Okay, geostationary, where are they placed? In which direction they are placed? Also? Okay, you see this picture. Whenever they want to send a satellite in order to explore the space or explore the moon or Mars, whichever direction moon is, that direction they have sent, na? So moon to parallel mein hai. This is sun and this is Mars, Venus, Earth is here, and the moon is Earth ke bagal mein hai, and Mars is here. So if they have to send satellite, they will send here or they will send this side. What is the point in sending upward or downward? There is anyway empty space only. Unnecessarily, why you want to spend a lot of money for no reason? So whenever they send a satellite, they will send this direction or this direction, horizontal direction only, between these two dotted lines. They never send above and they never send below also. Sometimes they have also sent something below and above. They have gone, they never came back. Just like Chandrayaan 2 lost its communication, Like that, whatever they have sent in the north and south direction, they lost their communication. Gaya to gaya. So like that. And second one, aeroplanes. Aeroplanes are passing through all through the surface of the earth, but not many through the South Pole region. So these are same pictures are same one. So modern. So none of them are passing through Antarctica region. If somebody want to travel from South Africa to South America, they'll pass through Middle East. The two problems are year to year number of passengers are less. So there is no point in sending year to year. It is not economical. Second is airplanes generally don't travel so long distance in the ocean itself. They want to travel along with the land portion so that if there is emergency landing, they can land somewhere. These are two limitations. But eventually the technology advanced. Nowadays they are trying to travel year to year only traveling. So because nowadays the airplanes are more advanced and they can convert the fuel and all. But still they are not passing through Antarctica region. As technology developed, they are passing through North Pole, but not passing through South Pole. Not that they had some bad experiences. They have sent it to South Pole, but they are gone. They never came back. Like that, many documentaries, movies show that what happens in the South Pole and all. Many documentary movies are made. Huh? I don't know. You know about Bermuda Triangle, then you should know where it is. No. They say it is in the Pacific Ocean है ना इधर हमारा बंगाल बे बंगाल उसका नीचे इंडिया बर्मा एंड मलेशिया इन तीनों के बीच में है बर्मा ट्रायंगल. So this is a small benefit of doubt. When somebody people want to go on excursion to Antarctica, they start from Australia, they barely visit the outskirts of the Antarctica and come back. Even NASA has there are so many base stations on the outer bank of the Antarctica. They have sent one balloon. They did some balloon experiment in 2011. They traveled everywhere. 2 months it came back, but it did not go inside. And there is one person who is known as Admiral Byrd. He is the first person who said to travel to South Pole. He traveled by boat, not even ship, manual driven boat. धीरे धीरे चलते 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 गया था. So wherever he went, he noted down what all he saw. लेके गए थोड़ा बहुत. So he writes, there are so many huge ice columns in this area. Later on, people whoever went, they also noticed that there are so many ice columns in the Antarctica region. So among those so many ice columns, there could be one ice column which is acting like the support of Bharatkhanda. Why not? So this is only giving a benefit of doubt for what Badarayana Murthy sir has said. He only talks about ice column. But South Pole जाना बहुत मुश्किल है. Going to US, getting visa for US is very easy than going to South Pole. Life threat or whatever we don't know, but somehow the government does not allow anybody to go there except some scientists. No one is allowed to visit there. There are so many documentary movies are made in the West. One movie is interestingly, they say that actually the entire earth is flat. It is not sphere. It is actually flat like this. What we say South Pole is nothing but the outer boundary of the flat earth. Here actually there is one ice wall. When you go to South Pole, that outer boundary, that ice wall, you make a hole to that ice wall, you go out the other side. That is where the heavens are there. So people don't want us to go to heaven. These modern scientists don't want us to go to heaven. That's why they are not allowing us to go there. But if you go there, just cross the ice wall, you enter into heaven. That is how so many documentary movies are made in the West, not in India but in the West. So like that. So many theories. Even sometimes NASA says Earth is not completely spherical, it is pear shaped. Sometimes they say like this, sometimes they say like this, sometimes they say like this. Like this, various ways. They say that Earth could be like this, Earth could be like this, like that, like this, like this. So many assumptions were made. So, but anyway, we also don't have concrete information. But logically, if you think, Bharatkhanda is one of the 9 parts of Bharatavarsha. When it is said it is an island, island matlab there should be firm connection to the rest of the Bhumandala. It cannot be independent item which is floating in the air. It cannot be like that. Then it becomes Graha. So that is the understanding. Okay. Any questions? Mike, please take the mic, and in the meantime, Vasudev Krishna Babu, you can ask your previous question. Yeah, please.
As per science, we describe a value of angular velocity for Earth's rotation. And we use that value for projection of our satellites, missiles and all. And that works very well. So how will you describe that?
Okay, when this formula came into existence, who proposed this formula when it came to existence?
It has come by assuming that Earth is rotating around Sun.
Everything valid. In which year this formula became known to all the human being?
That I
19th century only. Just 150 years back. Around 1850s and all. That Newton's time, that time only all these things became popular. Because of British only. उसके पहले क्या फार्मूला यूज करते थे लोग?
That was different model, Galileo model. Heliocentric model. Sorry, geocentric.
This is heliocentric model.
Geocentric model. Yeah.
Geocentric model. कब से था geocentric model? सृष्टि का आरंभ से था.
That was also working. This is also working.
Working.
So I am telling that it's a relative. Like if we are assuming Sun to be at rest, then Earth will be in rotating.
There are 2 relative theories.
Yeah.
Out of the 2, one should be right.
No, it's not about right and wrong. It's about from where we are seeing it. From where we are seeing it, where we are placing us. It's about
so
that.
From where we have to see?
If we are seeing
from where you can see? From where you can see?
We are seeing from Earth.
But you should see from Earth.
Yeah.
So you should explain everything with respect to Earth only. So you are here and you are telling that from Sun if you see it is like that. So what is the use? Neither you can go to Sun, nor that is useful. Nor you can see from Sun. Before you go there you become a rock. And you can't see from there only. Then what is the point in telling about seeing from the Sun like this?
So my point is that scientists are not telling wrong. They are seeing the situation from the point of view of Sun. That's why they are seeing.
Sun के point of view देखने से क्या फायदा वही पूछ रहा हूँ. उधर से देखे क्या फायदा?
There everything is working in that way, Prabhuji. They are using the formulas, details in current situations, seeing everything from perspective of Sun. So it's working. I'm telling that.
Okay. Sometimes we have this peculiar problem. Here also it might have happened. Like all our brahmacharis are trying to preach to the BTech students, mostly BTech students. Okay. There may be some intelligent student. He was attending classes. He heard all the classes. But someday something happened. He became angry with the preacher. He became angry with ISKCON institution. Then what he will do afterwards? Anti-preaching. He will try to prove everything ISKCON is saying, how it is wrong. Every statement. Okay? He will develop a theory completely against to this. Same thing happened in the 15th century. Galileo, Brahe, when they were there, same thing happened. Galileo and Brahe were trying to simplify the old model. The old model was geocentric model coming from centuries, bygone ages. So there are some problem. It was not able to predict the position of the planets accurately. There are some errors. In order to minimize the errors, they wanted to present a alternate model. Church said, you cannot change. जैसे था वैसे रखने का, कुछ बदलने का नहीं. But still they went ahead publishing a paper. Church arrested them, house arrest, put them into house arrest. You should not come out of the home, you should not speak to anybody, you should not present your theories to anybody. Just we are leaving you with your food and breathing. So jail mein the, घर पे था, quarantine for 30 years. After 30 years, somehow with the help of some friends, they published a book outside world, outside the two parallel universes, two world systems करके publish किया. Geocentric model like this, heliocentric model like this, and this model is very easy, very simplified, and very easy to understand, explain everything. So it predicts very accurately everything like that. Church became very angry. They put fire on their homes. Brahe was died in that fire. Somehow Galileo escaped. So later on, those supporters of Galileo, they said, hereafter we have nothing to do with church. Till then, all that scientists were sponsored by church. They were all monks. Every scientist was actually a brahmachari monk until then. Afterwards, the scientific community became diverse from church, and they want to say everything against what has been said till now, which is supported by church. And they popularized the heliocentric model. That's all. Heliocentric model, it is a mathematical model with sun-centered model, but they popularized as sun-stationary model. They propagated so widely that Earth is revolving around, still revolving around sun, and it became popular. And eventually, all the kings, they are kind of diverted from church philosophy, and they supported scientific community, and then because of them, it spread all over. And until then, the church was supporting all the universities. Afterwards, church sponsorship has been rejected. All the universities became autonomous and self-sustaining, and later on, the married people became the professors. Until then, all the monks were the professors. The married people became, the first married person became professor is Maxwell. Before that, all the monks only used to be professors. So like that. At the fag end of the 17th century, he became the professor. This was the history. So like that. So it has added advantages. The model becomes very simpler and very easy to convey, very easy to explain. Even when I explained our model to whatever model I prepared to Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, he was telling it is too complex. Either be a, like lot of complexity is there. How will you explain it to common people? Common audience cannot understand because they have already heard and accepted one heliocentric model which is very simple to accept, and your complex model will not be sold anywhere in the world. The very first interaction only Prabhuji told like that. I mean, of course, that is also true in one sense. That is very simple, that is accepted by everyone. I mean, इतना complexity क्या है आपका? इतना ये इधर है, उधर है, उधर है, उधर है, इतना complex. पूरा भागवतम का picture तो बहुत complex picture है. It is not easy for common person to understand. That's why many of our devotees, 99% of our devotees, does not pay attention to this. Because वो इतना complex है. ये इधर भी है, उधर भी है, क्या सही है? कौन सा सही? So that is the problem. But philosophy is like that only. Philosophy means it should be complex. If everything is black and white, what is there for us? Because it is so complex, that's why we are getting so many philosophies. Paramanuvada, Sankhya-vada, Paramatma-vada, Brahma-vada, and Karma-vada, like there so many philosophies are coming. Because it is complex. It's keep evolving always. So like that. Huh? No, he was house arrested. His home was burnt to fire, but he escaped. Later on, he died naturally. Brahe died in that fire. He was burnt to ashes. I mean, that time king was also under church only, na? In those days, the king is also working under church only. Later on, the king and church became separate.
Prabhu, when the Chandrayaan 3 was sent, so from there they catch the picture. So that time they did not see the earth is moving, or earth is stationary.
I don't know. I did not follow what's happening after that. So
because they can't see clearly, na? Sun is, earth is not moving; it is stationary. They could have seen from moon.
That is also kind of relative only, na? If you go there, Earth is stationary, that is moving. But when you stand on that, you become stationary and the rest of the world will be moving for you. Wherever you are, it becomes stationary for you. And the entire world will be moving for you. For example, when you are traveling in the flight, do you see that you are traveling against the clouds or you see clouds are going behind? Normally, we feel as if we are sitting at one place only in the airplane. But the clouds are moving backward. Even the train also, we feel like we are sitting, we are stationary, and trees are moving backward. But actually it is, we are moving ahead and trees are stationary. So that is relative experience.
Prabhuji, this you mentioned about...
Little louder.
Prabhuji, you mentioned about Anantarama of Bangalore. Which year around like that expedition? Any?
Before he wrote the book, that must be before 1990. He published the book in 1990. So
he himself, one who wrote the book, he himself went for the South Pole.
No. This Anantaramu might be a good friend of Badrayana Murthy, sir.
Okay.
They must be of same age. They must be known to each other. So that's how he
Anantaramu personally went for South India, South Pole expedition.
He is part of a scientific research team. He went to South Pole. Okay. These points come in the introduction. In the introduction of his book, he writes about all these things. Yes, Vagdev Krishna Prabhu, you had a question some time back.
Yes, Prabhuji. I have some 2-3 questions, Prabhuji.
If possible.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, earlier you mentioned that Vayudev is only one, but then yesterday you had mentioned Brahmaji, Vayudev, they don't change. But today you mentioned that the next Vayudev will be there.
Whenever they will change, whether it is in this kalpa or next kalpa, Vayu will change, na? That time.
But you had mentioned that Shiva, Brahmaji
Okay. If not next kalpa, in the next time, the next creation when Vayu will change, that time the Latavya will come Vayu, will become Vayu. Just like now Hanumanji is there, na? He will be our next Brahma. For the next time, the Brahma will be the current Hanumanji. Ramayana Uttara Kanda. When Bhagavan Sri Ram was going backward, he told Hanumanji, come, we are going. So Hanumanji says, coming means what? Sharit tyaag kar do, aap aa jao. No, how can I give up? This body has been embraced by you. So I want to have this body, how can I give it up? So then what you will do here? How long you want to stay here? I want to stay here as long as your katha will be going on. Lord Rama said, my katha will go on till the end of the day of Brahma. So he said, no problem, I'll stay till then. Tab tak main rahunga. I want to serve you. I want to serve your devotees. Then Lord Rama told the best form of service is by becoming Brahma. Because Brahma's service is the most important, most exhausted service in the entire universe. So I bless you that you will become Brahma for the next time. Like that Lord Rama blessed him. Because Hanumanji wanted to serve the Lord in such capacity. So he will be next.
Hanumanji is just like one day of Brahma only, na Prabhuji. After that, Hanumanji, like Chiranjeevi.
Chiranjeevi is those who stay for one day of Brahma. But anyway, Rama and pastime keep happening every day, na? So every day he might be coming, but in the next time, in the next creation, he will become Brahma.
Okay.
So like that.
Another question is that like we heard so many corrections, like what Bhagavatam is saying, and then what Vadiraj Tirthi is saying, and then 2 more mountains are later added. And sometimes we see Prabhupada also explaining certain things in a different way. So these kind of differences that we see, so how do you understand? Like, is it sometimes that details are mentioned less, or sometimes it is a human error that may happen from Acharya also, or it is that we are not able to reconcile completely?
No, not like that. No need to go into the judgmental thing that numeral and all. See, Acharyas present what is required at the time, place, circumstances. According to the need of the hour, they present. Jitna tak chahiye, utna dete hai bas. If you see the previous Acharyas commentaries, they are mostly philosophical. Because during that time, the readers were philosophical in nature. And Prabhupada's commentaries are mostly practical. Based on our day-to-day lifestyle, relatable way purports are there. Not very much philosophical. Same way when it comes to the technical details, Prabhupada thought that my audience are not so technically adept, so no need to give technical details so much. So Prabhupada justly briefly touched about general things and then went on talking about bhakti. So in that way. No, not like that. So, but just like our previous acharyas are quite philosophical, the Vajra Tirtha is like philosophical and technical, and he presented all the details in more completely. So like that we can take. It is based on the need of the hour. Even most of the things I am talking from the last 3 days, they are all taken from Srila Vishnu Chakravarti commentary. Prabhupada did not give any commentary only. Only once in a while, 1 or 2 verses he talks about commentary here and there. Technical details Prabhupada does not give. So Prabhupada wanted to rewrite 5th canto once again. But before that he wound up his pastimes. So like that we have to see. The acharyas mainly see the need of hour, not always. If it is not for Bhakti Vaibhava, why would you study 5th canto? It is there for your exam, compulsory attendance is there. That's why all the students are sitting here. Of course, plus there is some interest, there is some eagerness to understand also. But in general, given a chance, if your in charge says, if you want to take off, you can take. It is not mandatory. How many will be sitting in the class? So like that. Because it is not like a highly attractive subject. So only few people who are crazy, they only give their time. So like that. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one more question is that what is our opinion about the modern solar system which they say? Now previously some discussion was happening, some relativity and all, but what is actual what is our say, our stand for what they present? Because
Why you want to have a stand?
because they also with whatever calculation
They have freedom of speech, you have freedom of speech. They speak from their understanding, you speak from Bhagavatam. See, since you are a follower of Bhagavatam, but this is how Bhagavatam says, like that you speak. And they are followers of modern science, they speak from modern science. Whatever they have studied from their teacher, they are speaking. Whatever we are studying from our teachers, we should speak. That's all. At that time also, no problem. See, this is what modern science says, this is what Bhagavatam says. Dono present kar lo. Problem kya hai? But never ever make judgments. That's what I am saying. We should not make judgments. Hey, science is all bogus, this, that. That unnecessarily creates a negative impression upon us.
Ultimately, the observation is the same. The sun movement, planet movement, whether you explain through Bhagavatam or modern science.
It is basically relative motion. Like, for example, train A is there, train B is there. So train A is stationary, train B is moving backward 10 kilometers per hour. But for a person who is sitting in the train A, when he looks at train B, he sees that he himself is going forward. You can explain relatively. With respect to train A, train B moving at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour in the backward. With respect to train B, train A is moving ahead of 10 kilometers per hour in a forward motion. This is plus 10 kilometers per hour, this is minus 10 kilometers per hour. That's all. The way you express is a difference, but the technical details are same only. The parameters won't change. They are also saying 24 hours per day, we are also saying 24 hours per day. They are saying 365.25 days is day, 1 year, we are saying same thing. Everything is same. Only the reference point is different. That becomes easy to explain. This is quite complex to explain. So bas utna hi.
Then in that,
The position of planets is same as their
Yeah, same as there.
lunar eclipse.
Our Vaishnava calendar is based on our solar Surya Siddhanta model, Vedic model. तिथि आर सेम ना, हमने फेस्टिवल तो वही दिन करते और उनका कैलेंडर में तिथि कॉन्सेप्ट है ही नहीं. उनका कैलेंडर में पहले चर्च था, चर्च के समय भगवान था उनका पिक्चर में. अभी चर्च के साथ दूर हो गया, भगवान को भी निकाल दिया. उनका कैलेंडर में भगवान का पिक्चर है ही नहीं. So our calendar is everything connected to Supreme Lord, because the purpose of having calendar is to purify our existence. So we need to connect everything to Lord. That's why all these things are in connection to Lord. That's why I asked Prabhuji, what is your birthday? English date bata hai, date, month, year bata hai, but हमारा Vedic calendar के हिसाब से नहीं आते, because we were never taught. So that is the problem.
see, you said that about the relative motion, relative position, the heliocentric and geocentric. It's okay, that's understandable. But still, as per the scripture, Earth is stationary; it is not moving. Then how we can prove that?
Huh?
It is difficult to prove, no?
Who said? Why it is difficult to prove?
Because we are considered on relative positions only. From Earth's point of view, everything is moving. Then how we can say the Earth is stationary?
See, when it comes to scriptures, we are never using the word relative. When somebody raises the comment that, okay, modern science is saying like this, then we are saying relative. In order to explain modern scientific understanding, we are using the concept of relativity. But in order to explain our Shastric explanation, we never use the word relative.
No, that is okay.
We don't even say absolute also. We are saying Bhagavatam is saying like this. It is there in the Bhagavatam. That's all.
But how the science can prove that also? How science can prove it?
You can say na, you can tell it, no problem. Why, what is the problem? See, 3 into 2 is 6. 2 into 3 is also 6. आप इधर से बोलो इधर से बोलो ये वही बोल रहे हैं ना. It can happen, but anyway, right now it may be difficult for you to understand. When we do our entire course, it becomes easy. You should know this properly, na, then you can relate to it. हमको ये पता नहीं वो भी पता नहीं. We don't know that one perfectly, we don't know this one perfectly. And we make judgments about both. So I understand your matter, not that I'm not criticizing anybody, but we also should have that proper understanding of what Bhagavatam is saying, what modern science is saying, how these two are similar, also different also. Achintya, Veda and Abeda. They are same also and they are different also. For that you should know this one also, you should know this one also. Then only you can reconcile both. Okay?
Let's see.
Quickly.
I was just trying to imagine. Earth is spare. We saw Bharat Khanda in Bharatvarsha.
Little louder.
Earth is spare in a Bharat Khanda, Bharatvarsha.
Okay.
Now there's an ocean, so much of water everywhere. Is the boundary is made up of what? Like this spare, that cone we see, that ice cream cone. We are trying to imagine that. That is the ice pillar.
Yes.
That is the ice pillar.
Ice pillar.
Yes. And what about how there should be some boundary on around everything so that everything is stationary. The water is not flowing or whatever like.
No, the water is also might be solid state, na? Here, this solid column is coming. मतलब around this is also solid only. ये उधर से ऊपर से नीचे क्यों आना चाहिए? ऊपर से नीचे क्यों आना चाहिए?
That's the nature of water.
No, in a coconut tree, if you take, the water is underground. Why there is water in the coconut on the top, about 20 meters high height? How come water come there?
Because of the cell. Water went there, and because cell is protecting it.
Okay, water is there in the leaves also, in the branches also water is there. How it is staying there?
There is something which is like pushing up, and the natural mechanism.
Same way, it is something pushing the water up, and something is holding that water. The earth globe itself is holding that water, not allowing it to go away.
Well, I thought some layer is there or some mountain is there which is
no. Again, same principle you can apply. Gurutvakarshana Shakti. Whatever is there on the surface of the earth, everything will be attracted to the center of the earth. It will be attracted toward the center of the earth. That's why it will never fall down. Even the water is here at the bottom portion, but this water is attracted to the center of the earth. It will not be attracted to bottom of this Garbhodak ocean. Yeah, will be there. I don't remember right now, but will be there.
Yes, I'm trying to imagine like how it would be actually.
Because of that Gurutvakarshana Shakti, it is stick to the center of its own body. So in that way.
We have one more question, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, quickly.
Prabhuji, that Uttarayan and Dakshinan you mentioned, Prabhuji, in that slide. So where the sun travels up by 0.1 million yojana and down 0.1 million yojana. So it is a conical. So central point is like the top part of the Jambudvip, Prabhuji, like that cone where the root of Mount Meru, and from there it goes above.
No, actually that is only indicative. It is not exactly. See, whenever we show some figure, don't assume that it is like that. It is just trying to explain us understand the principle. Not that sun not only goes to unlike yojanas, sun actually goes much above also, and sun also comes below also. Just to explain the concept of Uttarayana Dakshina. Uttarayana Dakshina means sun should be going above line of equator, sun should be going below line of equator. Then only Uttarayana Dakshina can happen. If sun is only in the upper portion of the earth globe, then we cannot call it Uttarayana Dakshina. That is the understanding.
Okay, Prabhuji. So then, based on that, I'll add question that if it goes above Uttaran, then the other side of this Jambu Dweep will get the sunlight because the like sun rays will directly reach to the other side of
Oh,
the.
Rega. Just like I said, na, even the Bhagavatam, we cannot explain everything today. Even I also don't know everything. Whatever I know, that much I am presenting. There are many such things which we can't
Even-
explain. So,
Even in the poles, like 6 months is a day, 6 months is a night.
that will happen. That can be explained. That can be explained.
By this sun mechanism.
By this sun only. That can be explained. But few things we cannot explain. So even the moon is said to be 2 lakh yojanas above the line of equator of the earth globe from here to here. Here I put exactly here. Moon is 2 lakhs means supposed to be moon here. Utna upar kaise jayega? That is also like unexplainable thing. The planet sites 2 lakh, 2 lakh, 2 lakh. We are not able to explain everything clearly. At what place and which day they are at that height, we are not able to predict that day. So few things are still open to further delve and come to a conclusion. Not that everything is complete. That is left for you, Prabhu. You should come and do some research and make it clear.
PhD.
Not necessarily PhD. Normally also you can stay in the brahmacharya ashram and आराम से कर सकते हैं. उसके लिए उधर तक आके PhD करने की जरूरत नहीं. इधर ही बैठ के कर सकते हैं. फिर वापस वही एक्सिस रोटेशन सेम उसको बाहर रखो. Sun is rotating around Bharatkhanda like this only, circular only rotating. While rotating is going upward and downward also. That going upward, downward is called Uttara and Dakshina. This is east, na? East is this side only, na? Now it is July. Right now the sun rises here, northeast direction. You observe from onwards until January. Right now sun is rising in this corner. Slowly, slowly it goes downward, downward, downward. January, Makar Sankranti, it will rise in the southeast corner. In another 6 months, gradually it comes up. Like this, like that. Sun goes up and down, 6 months up, 6 months down. Moon also goes up and down. 15 days up, 15 days down. Not 15 days. 14 days up, 14 days down. 14 days. In one lunar month, not even. Every 27.5 days, आधा समय ऊपर जाने के, आधा समय नीचे आने के लिए. इसलिए गांव में रहने का कुछ 1 महीना छुट्टी ले लो, जीवी जाओ, उधर आराम से रहो, आकाश को देखो. ब्रह्मचारी से आश्रम को बोलो, आई वांट छुट्टी, आई वांट टू सी द स्काई. मिलेगा ना आपको, इच्छा है तो मिलेगा.
Hare Krishna, you said that we should not be judgmental. So I am just clarifying that while we are speaking to the people, we should not be judgmental. However, is it correct that in heart of heart we should know that this is truth and that is not truth? Because this is coming from Shabda Praman.
This is also truth, that is also truth. But this is explained in this direction, that is explained in a different direction. Both are truth only. The explanation is somewhat different. How do you explain depends upon your surroundings in which you are born and brought up. Same thing. Here also sun is going upward. To what degrees it is going upward? 23 degrees. Right now sun's orbit is like this. 6 महीने के बाद sun's orbit becomes like this. This is 23 degrees.
Prabhuji, these are numbers, but here Shukdev Goswami is speaking, and that other thing who is speaking I don't know. So still we should believe on that speech.
That's what I'm saying.
I am not saying I will not speak it, but when we say faith,
we don't have to be judgmental. We can say that. Observational we should be. This is what modern science says, but this is how our Vedic scriptures are saying. Both are having a different approach. But they are explaining about the same thing only. We don't have to take that judgmental stick, saying that they are all bogus. That kind of derogatory statement we should not make.
yes, I understand that. That's why I said on speech we should not be judgmental, but in heart of heart, like Prabhupada was having that faith that what Shastra is saying is correct. Whatever he was seeing some pratyaksha, he said to Purushottam Prabhu that I can't go there. So that kind of faith is also necessary. No? While not criticizing, respecting everyone.
Yes.
And all that.
Yes. We should withhold our understanding, at the same time respectfully stay away from others' understanding. Like Vaishnava Siddhanta is there, Mayavada Siddhanta is there. Philosophically debate, but never culturally don't disrespect. Cultural respect. So like that. Same thing here also, modern science also have to do same thing. Philosophically, we need to establish ourselves. Debate means establishing yours. Debate is not about disproving others are wrong. There is 3 discussions are there, na? Vada. वही संवाद वाद वितंड कुछ तो है. Vada means that is a organic conversation in order to establish the absolute truth. Okay? Vitanda is disproving others or proving others are wrong. So we should not go to the Vitanda category. We should be in the Vada category. No, initially their intention was good only. The church did not allow to them to speak anything. And they not only allowed, when they spoke out, they tried to kill them alive. So that's why they became the scientific community became very much averse to church. So they went in a different direction, trying to say everything against to what church is saying. It is happening today also. Now also some of our boys, when they become angry with ISKCON, they do everything. Even sometimes somebody becomes expert in Sanskrit, they also start finding faults with Prabhupada. So that is a problem, unfortunately. पता नहीं प्रभु जी वो मुझे पता नहीं कोई बात नहीं. So unfortunately this material world is like that. We can't blame anybody. So जितना हो सकता है उतना. We should be loyal to our own understanding. We should respect everyone. No need to unnecessarily enter into discourage, criticizing others. That may not be a healthy conversation. That is not a healthy thing. That's all. हाँ, यस प्रभु जी. वैसे ध्यान करते हुए ब्रह्मज्योति में जो भी जाते हैं वो ध्यान करते हैं बस. नो, वहां पे रहने वाला उनका नाम है सदाशिवा. हमारा भौतिक जगत में अंदर रहने वाला 11 रुद्र है. जहां पे वो रहते हैं उसका नाम है कैलाश. इसलिए कैलाश पर्वत में दिखाया था ना, एक कैलाश पर्वत हिलावत वर्ष में है, एक कैलाश पर्वत हिमालय में है. तो यहाँ पर 2 रुद्र है, वहां पे एक, यहाँ पे एक. ऐसा 11 रुद्र 11 जगह पर रहते हैं. सो लाइक दैट. बट उधर ब्रह्मज्योति में रहने वाला सदाशिवा. यस प्रभु जी, कुछ है? ओके. त्रिपुरासुरा, त्रिपुरासुरा, महिषासुरा. हाँ, पार्वती दुर्गा दोनों सेम ही है ना प्रभु जी. महिषासुरा मर्दिनी. अब आपका था क्वेश्चन. गणेश जी मारा मूषिकासुरा, मूषिकासुरा. And Kartikeya was killed. Tarakasur. Tarakasura. So like that. वहां पे युद्ध हुआ था, दोनों के बीच में लड़ाई उधर हुआ था, क्रौंच द्वीप में हुआ था. So like that. They are all special demons. They are much more intelligent than Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu put so many conditions, but their conditions are much superior. ये तो मूषिकासुरा कंडीशन था, आई शुड नॉट बी किल्ड बाई एनी लिविंग एंटिटी प्रोड्यूस्ड बाई लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा. सो गणेश जी, माता पार्वती ने अपने खुद स्वयं तैयार किया उनको, गणेश जी को. ब्रह्मा से कुछ संबंध नहीं. जो स्नान करने का वो मट्टी यूज करते हैं ना, वो स्नान करते करते मट्टी से प्रतिमा को तैयार किया, उसके अंदर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा कर दिया, गणेश जी उद्गम हो गए. वो ब्रह्मा जी का क्रिएशन में आते नहीं गणेश जी, वो तो पार्वती देवी का सृष्टि है. सो वो मार दिया, और वो भी किसी वेपन से नहीं, अपना शरीर का अंग से ही काटने मारने का, अपना दांत को खोल के उससे मार दिया. लाइक दैट. और ये तारकासुर ने पूछा था, मेरा मृत्यु सती और शिव जी का पुत्र से होना चाहिए, किसी और से नहीं होना चाहिए. वही माता सती आया माता पार्वती के रूप में, उनका संतान से मार दिया. और एक आदमी था सहस्र कवच, तो दम्भोद्भव था, वो बोले वो तो भयंकर कंडीशन था. I should have 1000 armors, and I can only be killed only when my 1000 armors are removed. And then, in order to remove one armor, one person should be able to fight with me for 365 days. And If at all he becomes successful to remove my armor, after removing my armor, he should die automatically. He should die automatically. One should be able to fight with me for 1 year. After 1 year, if he is able to remove one of my armor, after that he should die. That means 1,000 such people should be there. And they should fight with me for 1,000 years at least. Then only I will die. वो जो भी है कुछ तो है. So Narayana Rishi, both of them planned. Narayana is fighting for the first time. Nara is performing tapasya. So he removed one armor, he fell unconscious. Nara used that tapobal to reawaken Narayana, and Nabi Nara is fighting. Second armor Nara removed. Like that, 999 हो गया. ये इनको समझ में आ गया, दोनों बहुत खिलाड़ी लग रहे हैं. वो जाके सूर्यदेव के पास जाके शरण दो करके बोल दिया. शरण दे दिया उन्होंने, तुरंत नारायण आ गया. तो ये घबरा हो गया, क्या किया मैंने, भगवान के साथ लड़ाई करके बैठे इधर. सो भगवान से क्षमा मांगे, भगवान मुझे क्षमा कर दो, कुछ तो हो गया, मुझे मतिभ्रष्ट हो गया, इनको शरण दे दिया संभव मेरे नाम से, उनको छोड़ दो अभी. तो भगवान ने बोला कोई बात नहीं, छोड़ देता हूँ. अभी सूर्यदेव भी ज्यादा दिन नहीं रखना चाहते उनको कैसे कम उससे दूर होना चाहिए. तुरंत यहाँ पर कुंती देवी प्रार्थना कर रहे थे, तो तुरंत सूर्यदेव आ गया. हाँ कुंती, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विथ यू, आई एम गिविंग यू सन. Kunti said, no, I don't want son. I just prayed to check the mantra given by Durvasa Muni. I just wanted to have darshan. But he said, no, you have to take son. Because that mantra says that we should give son only. I cannot go. Then she says, no, I don't want. Surya says, no, you should take. Because Surya का एक प्रॉब्लम क्या है, इनको छोड़ देने का कैसे किसी न किसी से. So उनको छोड़ दिया, उनका बच्चा वो एक कवच के साथ जन्म लिया. अभी कंडीशन क्या है, कोई भी वो कवच निकालना है तो 1 वर्ष तक युद्ध करना चाहिए और 1 वर्ष के साथ वो आदमी मरने का चाहिए. अभी तो नारायण ऋषि ह्यूमन बीइंग जैसे नाटक कर रहे. अभी यहाँ पे कौन तपस्या करेगा, कौन 1 साल तक युद्ध करेगा. 1 साल तक युद्ध तक महाभारत युद्ध हुआ 18 दिन, 1 साल तक चलता रहेगा तो क्या कितना कितना प्रॉब्लम होगा. तो युद्ध को जल्दी खत्म करने के लिए भगवान ने इंद्र को भेज दिया, आप जाओ कुछ करो. इंद्र ने कवच को छीन के लेके गया. 1 साल का कंडीशन चले गए. ये दान में दिया, जो रिमूव करता है वो खुद मर जाना चाहिए. सो करना अपने मृत्यु को आपने आमंत्रित किया, खुद रिमूव किया ना. सो हो गया, काम खत्म. सो लाइक दैट. सो दीज असुरास आर वेरी इंटेलिजेंट. इतना इंटेलिजेंट है, इतना इधर उधर कंडीशन रखते हैं. Today's Bhagavatam verse. What was the verse? Anyone remembers? What was the translation? Translation, Prabhu, not purport. Arms. So in the Bhagavatam, the full story is not mentioned. In the Vishnu Purana, Hiranyakashipu, after asking all these conditions, I should not die inside, outside, not in the daytime, not in the nighttime, not in the live weapon, not in the dead weapon, not with any living entity, all these conditions. And one more condition he has put, interesting condition. Any person who can kill me, okay, in the next moment, at one go, in single shot, he should be able to kill my entire army. Killing one person may be easy, but killing crores of army, not easy. If somebody cannot kill my entire army in one go, in one instant, I will again take birth. I will revive again. So in order to fulfill that condition, the today's verse, Lord Narasimha, after ripping a palm out and throwing him away, the entire army chasing after, they are attacking, they are going to attack Lord Narasimha Dev. Lord Narasimha Dev became Virat Rupa. He became Virat Rupa with 1,000 is only just a number. He assumed as much army is there, that many arms he assumed. One arm से एक आदमी को मार दिया, पूरा आर्मी को एक इंस्टेंट में खत्म कर दिया. This is also one more condition of Hiranyakashipu. That is Dimak. So it is like that. We may think that we are this, we are that, we are brahmacharis. I can quote hundreds of shlokas, this, that. We are nowhere. So they are very intellectual. So what's up? Already 2 o'clock. Should we stop or should we continue for a few minutes, or we'll stop here? This is a big section. But Chodamani, it will take time. We cannot stop in the middle. We should continue it properly. But anyway, just for food for thought. Okay, one slide we'll discuss and we will repeat from there tomorrow. अभी तक हमने बहुत चर्चा किया, इतना बड़ा भूमंडल, इतना बड़ा बड़ा पर्वत, माउंट मेरू इतना ऊंचा पर्वत, ये हिमालय बड़ा बड़ा, भारतखंड के बगल में 8 माउंटेन जैसा द्वीप है, ये सब है, बट हमको कुछ नहीं दिखता है. क्या हमने क्या पाप किया? हमको कुछ दिखता ही नहीं. इतना दूर में रहने वाला स्टार्स दिखता है, सूर्य दिखता है, चंद्र दिखता है, बगल में घर के बगल में रहने वाला कोई दिखता नहीं. अभी तक आप बोल रहे थे, मतलब प्रश्न पूछ सकते, ये तो कालम आइस कालम बोल रहे, वो कहाँ पे दिखता नहीं तो हम कैसे समझ में आएगा है करके? आप तो कुछ भी बोलते रहेगा, वो कैसे मानेंगे? So this is the question raised by himself only. In the introduction, he raised this question: why Mount Meru, bigger Himalayas and Jammu Dwipa are not seen by us? The answer given by books written by Madhvacharya and Vadara Tirtha is very simple answer. Adrishya Datava Sarve Samutpanna Jala Adaya. The entire universe, everything in the universe is made up of same dhatus, Pancha Mahabhutas, earth, water, fire, and ether. But some places, the lokas which are made by these dhatus become visible. At other places, they become invisible. वही जगह, वही भूमंडल है, भरतखंड becomes visible, Mount Meru becomes invisible. वो भी Mount Meru भी also gold only, स्वर्ण से बना है. स्वर्ण मतलब earth का element only, but that becomes invisible. Why? That is the question. Of course, हमने लिखा था, but the answer is, the question of the question is, will our scientists ever get over the human tendency of succumbing to pride and prejudice in order to know the truth? Will they use a little introspection to shift from mere physical to spiritual? Let the wise build up the growing community to save the world from the darkness of materialism. Let them hold the torch of spiritual light. Let there be renaissance of religious culture based on revelations. How long we should be running after Pratyaksha and Anuman? Why don't we take the help of Shabda also? That is the point here. Some examples I added here. Water. We are all familiar with water. In order to hold water, we need a patra. If there is no bottle, we can't keep the water. The water will be traveling wherever slope is there. But the water in solid state we can hold. In the hot summer, when the same water is evaporating from the water pond, can we see it? Here we can see and hold. Here we can see and if the help of some patra, we can hold it. Here we can neither see nor hold. Same way, dust. We can see, hold. We can see and try to hold. And we can neither see nor hold normally. Especially in the hot sun, when the sunlight is coming into a dark room, in that light portion only we can see some dust particles. Otherwise you can't see normally. Dust is there but we can't see. This is the most important one. Gold. हम सबको पता है gold. हमारा माता ये gold पहनते, gold का आभूषण पहनते. उसमें कुछ प्राण नहीं, सब कुछ जड़ा. But in the spiritual world, the Supreme Lord also wears golden ornaments. There, every golden ornament is a person. His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj, in his Bhagavad Katha, he says that जो भगवान का आभूषण है ना, हर एक आभूषण एक पर्सन है. वो भगवान से वार्तालाप करते हैं. हे भगवान, मैं आपको छू नहीं कर रहा हूँ ना, मैं मेरा वजह से आपको कुछ तकलीफ नहीं हो रहा है ना, मैं ज़्यादा हेवी नहीं लग रहा है ना, ऐसा भगवान से पूछते हैं, भगवान से बात करते हैं. Every golden ornament is a person in the spiritual world because it is Chintamani Dham. But in the material world it is Jada. So in our place it is completely Jada, in the spiritual it is completely Chinmaya. But in between, in the Swargaloka, it is neither Jada nor spiritual. But it is how it is? It is subtle. So what do you mean by subtle? It will embody the same potency as that of the Devatas. For example, when Kunti Maharani prayed for Yamadharmaraj, Vayu and Indra. So when Indra appears along with Airavata Indra appears along with his garments, yellow garments and red garments and garlands and ornaments and mukut, everything. After blessing Kunti Maharani, when Indra disappears along with the elephant, along with the garments, along with the mukut, etc. or not? Yes or no? All the golden ornaments are appeared along with Indra, disappeared along with Indra. So this is the point. The Devatas and Devata abodes are mystic in nature. They are not visible always. If we want to see them, we need to pray to them. They, by their mercy, they will enable us to see their own places. Since Harivarsha, Kimpurusha Varsha, Greater Himalayas, Mount Meru and all part of Bhauma Swarga. They are all heavenly in nature. Because they are all heaven, we can't see them with our human eye. Just like this verse in Bhagavad Gita. Natu mam shakyase darashtum anenaiva sachakshusha divyam dadatite chakshu pashyame yogameshwaram. My dear Arjuna, with your human eyes you cannot see the universal form consisting of all the devatas. You need to have devata eyes. I will present you devata eyes. With that you can see the Deva Rupa. Arjuna got the devata eyes. He could see the universal form with all the devatas. The day we get the devata eyes, we can also see the entire universe with all the different divisions and distinctions. Without human eye, we can't see any of these abodes. Even though they are there next to us, we can't see them. They become transparent. So even Mount Meru and Greater Himalaya, they are all very close to us. Even this 8 khandas also becomes invisible somehow. I don't know why, but they become invisible to us. They are as good as not there. So here is the reference for Nala Damayanti story, which we already discussed. So these are all the peculiar qualities of all the devatas. They do not perspire, their eyes does not blink, their garlands will never fade, and they never touch the ground, and their bodies will never cast shadow. Like that, their abodes also will never cast shadow. As a result of that, we can't see them. Though they are there, they are not seen by us. This is the understanding which is briefly hinted by that translation of that book, Bhugala Varnanam. That's why though they are there, we can't see them. If we want to see, we should get the Devata eyes like Arjuna got. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. We are stopping here. No more class. So we have stopped at what we can see. What we can see. Stars also we don't see. We only see the light coming out of the stars. We don't see the bungalows there and palaces there. That we can't see. That is not given to us access. Only the effulgence only we see. Any other question? Hare Krishna, online, any questions? Okay. If there are no questions, we'll stop here and we'll continue the remaining slides of the sun, and then we'll start with 21st chapter. The sun, moon and all we'll discuss tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.